All right, good morning, everybody. If you can hear me and if I sound okay, hit that number one, please. Again, audio-wise, if I sound not if I you can hear me and I sound okay. Yesterday we had a little confusion on what I'm asking, so if I sound very faint, I realize you can hear me, but do I sound also good? Mark, Raspberry, Todd, Greg, Kevin. Always like to get at least 5 ones. Kevin, Narrow. All right, there we go. Trucking, very good. Okay. Quickly, for those of you that watch this in the archive, thank you first off. If you want to have something to continue to watch in the archive, though, you got to help support the stream, as this is totally viewer supported. There's no sponsorships, nothing like that. And the way to sponsor it is to use code CLAY with your prop firm of choice, which of course saves you money anyway. So whatever the current deal at any of these prop firms is, you will get that current deal with code CLAY. I recommend Take Profit Trader. But like wherever you're at in your journey, whoever you prefer, like I said, this is a way that you can help support the stream and ensure that you continue to have something to watch in the archive. So I appreciate your consideration in considering using code CLAY. All right. Well, good morning, everybody. It is Thursday, April 2nd, the year is 2026, and we have some things to talk about. So at 11 a.m., remind me to talk about my day. We have something, we got to talk. We need to talk. I'll just leave it at that right now. So hopefully you're having a good day. It's been, I don't know what it's been today. We just had this move happen as I was kind of getting things figured out. And this move here was, look, that looks like a pretty basic pullback. Like, okay, big surge up, nice little pullback. Okay, well, the problem is, though, if you bought that pullback too soon, that was, that was almost a 100-point pullback. So even if, I'm sure that might have cooked some accounts out there. People just trying to, if you got your sizing wrong, then yeah. That would have, like I said, cooked the account. And now nobody's talking in the chat. So we're off to a good start here. Nobody talking. Nobody telling me how their day's going. Man, you seem kind of... I'm a little... I'll tell you why. Because I literally just broke another rule. 2, 4... less than 5 minutes ago, I just broke another rule. So, I'm a rule-breaking machine today. And I just broke another rule. Like I said, literally, I'm not... Yeah, because right there, 2, 4. Let's just call it within the past 7 minutes, I've already broken yet another rule. So I'm a hot mess right now. Yeah, Mark, I saw that in the chat. Kiona, yeah. Day's going well. Good. I'm glad, DJ, you're having a good day. That's fantastic. Greg is green. Good. Blue and eval and max the new eval. All right, Taxman, small green, no accounts blown. Very good, very good. Yeah, today is, I don't know, maybe I have a little bit of bias, spoiler alert. But if you have not blown an account today in this sort of action, props to you. Props to you. I just woke up, bummed I missed the dip buy. Well, I don't know. Are you really, Matt? Or do you have a little bit of confirmation bias about how you would play the dip buy? Because this dip buy is not as easy as it looks. Because like I said, this quote-unquote dip was, a good... So if we say the dip started, I don't know, let's just say the dip started right there at 215. And the dip went all the way down here to 1. So basically this dip was 100 points. So if your position size is not spot on, it's hard to weather a 100-point pullback against you. Even if it is just ultimately a healthy pullback, right? Right now you can argue, and it's a complete valid argument, oh, we have a nice bull pennant. Agreed. That's a nice bull pennant, but within the bull pennant, when you have essentially 100-point pullbacks, well, yeah. So I'm not saying you wouldn't have made money, Matt. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying I don't know if it's as easy as what you're looking at and saying, oh, I would have missed that. Careful with that. Could have had a 20K. What do you mean you could have had a 20K day? Like you were staring at 20K? And you're like, no, I don't want 20K? Or are you saying, well, had I not gotten blown up, it would have eventually went my favorite 20K? Did I say prop? Yeah. That's one of my favorite sayings. Hey, man, props to you. But in this world, yes, you're right. There is a bit of a pun. That's never intended. Really? Okay, I'm not. You don't have to answer this because I understand. I don't know how fresh this wound is. So you can tell me to kick rocks. I get it. I'm not trying to make it worse. But if you're willing to answer, like what was in your mind? Yeah, but I mean, I understand you got greedy, but like, how do you look at $20,000 and be like, I want more? Like, I just purely curiosity standpoint, like what? Like, I don't know. Like what? Why was 20K not like? Do you know what I'm asking? I understand you. Yes, clearly you were greedy, but like how? How did you get that greedy when you're looking at $20,000? And once more, you don't have to answer it. I'm not trying to rub salt in the wounds. I'm coming because I know I recognize your name. You're a good guy. I'm just super curious. Charky, good morning. Because I don't think I could. I'm not sure I'd ever be able to get to that point at $20,000 to be able to be looking at $20,000. For me, assuming if I'm watching P&L, if I see $5,000, I'm like, that's hard to turn down. $5,000, especially when I'm assuming this trade was maybe an hour at most. I'm sick about it, but I am down so much more money than that. And okay, I see that. I can see that making sense. You're down XYZ, so you're looking at $20,000 and saying, well, that is good. However, I'm still down quite a bit. So let's let this $20,000 maybe turn into 30, which helps gets back some of my losses that I've had. Okay, that I can see that then. That makes sense. Or at least I think that's what you're saying. I don't know, JJ. Nothing massive, though. Definitely nothing like you see on social media. Just withdrew $30,000 today. Just withdrew $50,000. Nothing. If there's ever been one thing that over the years I've been, it depends on who you're talking about. The critics that say, some people, I've always said, well, you don't even trade. Like, it's all fake. It's like, okay. So not those people, but the people think they'll concede that it's real trading. But some people hit me on, man, you've been trading this long and the best you can do is XYZ. It's like, I guess, yeah. I try to be consistent because those things add up. But yeah, I don't know what the biggest one has been, but yeah, nothing like you would see on social media. LGVN. Okay, well, stock updated daily. We are talking futures here, so I'm not sure anybody is really interested in. And then when you start to talk overvalued, you're making like fundamental analysis arguments. So I mean, even if there are stock traders here, I'm assuming they're interested in charts anyways and not balance sheets. So I mean, you're welcome to stick around. I'm just not quite sure this is necessarily the group of people you'd want to be around. What happens if you make more than the daily limit on your eval? Are you talking about take profit trader, Richard? No, nobody missed the trading recap. If I ever give a trading recap, it's at 11 o'clock because that's technically when I say the stream's starting. Yes, then just lose some money. They'll adjust your profit target though. So it's easier if you just lose money and get it as close down to your 50% level as possible. I'm just asking, dude. Well, I'm just telling you, dude. Where'd my coffee go? All right, somebody put Tyler in time. I don't have time for the gaslighting here. Dude asks a question. I give him an answer. Man, I'm just asking, dude. I said, well, I'm just telling you, dude. Yikes. Put him in timeout. I don't have time for that gaslighting. I'm watching for maybe a pullback to that green line, which is a 21 EMA. So remember yesterday I made the comment about how, okay, we got a less of a volatile day because the distance between these two numbers was 10. Does anybody? Hopefully, some of you are here for that. When I was talking about the distance between these numbers are 10. Okay, yeah, it's not as volatile of a day. Now let's look at it. The distance between these two numbers right now is 50. So be very, very, very careful out there with your position sizing. Be careful. The markets open up normally for the next session at 6 p.m. Eastern tonight. And then they close at 9:15 a.m. Eastern tomorrow, which reminds me, I'll stream tomorrow. I don't know when I'm going to start, though. Unfortunately, with our house layout, like literally behind me on the other side of that wall is our bedroom. And this house, whoever, built the house, bless their hearts, I don't know what's going on, but like it might as well just be a piece of paper. Like my wife and I can have conversations, and I can talk just like this, and she can hear me perfectly fine. And then that way so anyways, the layout of the house and where my office is right now in this temporary location, I can't start like at 6 a.m. So I don't know, but I will stream. I think I'm going to start at Eastern time, maybe 8 o'clock tomorrow, because the markets, and then we'll stream for, like I said, maybe an hour or so. All I'll say is that's the benefit. Make sure you have the notifications turned on so that you can be made aware. But like if the action is just like, so if this distance between these two numbers is like 4, I don't know. Maybe I'll still swing by and we'll hang out and shoot the breeze. But yes, so I do think I'll stream early tomorrow. But yes, what got me on this tangent is the markets open up this evening as normal at 6 p.m. Eastern, but then they close tomorrow for Good Friday at 9:15 a.m. Eastern. Oh, hey, thank you, Charky. That's very kind of you. I did not trade around the Trump speech. That's not trading, I would argue. That was just, like, if you traded the speech, I mean, just, there's no need to lie to yourself. Just be like, you know what? I felt like putting on my gambler hat, and I rolled the dice. Like, because that's what that is, right? It's like when I catch a knife. There's no point in lying about it. Like, okay, I am trying to catch a knife here. There will be news tomorrow morning at 8:15 Eastern. 8:30 Eastern. Oh, okay. There's a news release tomorrow, or there's like an economic report or something. I quit being an idiot and started using stop losses, blew 2 evals. Well, blowing 2 evals isn't too bad. Oh, there's a speech at 10:30? Was there a speech at 10:30? I do not see any. Okay, on this economic calendar that's always posted in our private community, I don't see anything at 10:30. So Kainoa, I was not aware of any speech. Non-farm employment. Never mind. I misheard you. I thought you said there was a speech earlier. No, I'm sorry. The speech last night. Trump's speech last night. Yeah, somebody asked if I traded that speech, and that's where I was like, well, I don't know if I do. If you traded it, I'm not quite sure you're being totally honest with yourself about what you were doing. But no, that speech was last night. What's gold up to? All right, 4 minutes, and we'll go over my day. Hey, good morning. Good morning, Simple Trading. Friendly reminder to hit that like button. If you've been here before and you know you're going to enjoy, please hit that like button. Raven, there's no need. No, I don't need any congratulations this morning, as you'll see in a few minutes. Please definitely do not congratulate me on anything that you see. What you see on the screen is, there's more to that story. There's more to the story, so please, before you think about congratulating me, just at least wait for 11 o'clock, because then you'll be like, okay, yeah, that was... I mean, I appreciate it. I know it's coming from a good place, so I do thank you in that regard. I'm just saying there's more to the story. There's more to the story. Clay, why are you waiting until 11? Good question, because I always post that this starts at 11. So for the people that show up on time, if they're like, so how was your day? Did you go over it? And I'm like, I already did. You should have been on time. They'd validly be able to say, but I am on time. It's 11 o'clock. So that's why technically all of you are early, which I love. I love people that show up early. But in order to keep it actually fair, technically I said I'm starting at 11. So for the people that show up at 11, now if you show up at 11:02, I can say, well, you should have been on time. So this orange line here is a previous session close. Is there going to be a, maybe I'll try a short off of it here. Okay, looking to get short. Holy crap. Yeah, nope, that was real. Okay, remember that 50-point axis or 50-point y-axis? I had my stop up at 07. My entry was like right here. So that was over a 20-point stop. Over a 20-point stop on this little small. Okay, so let's just go down to 2 then. Oh, and then I don't even get filled. And then no fill. No, I don't copy trade. No. I like the sentiment in that statement. If you're early, you're on time. If you're on time, you're late. No. If you're early, by definition, you're early. If you're on time, well, by definition, you're on time. But I get what you're saying. I appreciate it. And I agree. But like, to be fair to the people that are on time, they are actually on time. Well, if coach told you to jump off a cliff because you'll grow wings and fly, I don't know if that's I don't know if that's how it works. But like I said, I agree. I agree with the general attitude of that statement. I do agree, but I would never get irritated if somebody showed up on time, because they are on time. All right, it is 11, so then we're at the 18-minute mark. So we can refer people back to the 18-minute mark if they show up and say, hey, how was your day? So we are almost at 18 minutes, and there we go. Okay, today has been an absolute train wreck. Not good, and I guess I can't say in any way because I'm at least green on this count. But just to quickly go over it, I've been on this streak, and I've been very proud of myself of what for me has been a very tricky week, but yet I haven't had any blown accounts. Yesterday was actually a really nice afternoon session, built some confidence. And then today, the wheel, I don't know. I think the frustration just hit me, and cooked 2 test accounts and a pro account. So 2 horses killed and then a racehorse killed. And then I was like, okay, well, so here's one. So I posted it in the chat too, but my first cooked account came this. So here's the open, broke up, and I'm like, okay, let's see a nice strong close above that 200 period moving average. And then I'll look. I won't chase it, but I'll develop the thesis. We had this trend line that I posted in the chat room. There's a trend line break, so let's see if it close up there. And then if it comes down there, I'll play for the back test and go. Well, it came down here, did not care. Came all the way down, and I was like, okay, well, let's see if the low can of that that candle can hold. And it did, and it bounced. And right here, I was slightly green, but at that exact moment in time, it was actually looking pretty good. And I'm like, okay. Let's let the thing work. And then you can see right there, down it went. So, cooked. Then, okay, yes. Crap. See, this is why. Okay, and then I pulled up this account. Okay, so I was like, all right, whatever. But Clay, so I was green a little bit because I took a couple of trades on my pro account last night after the speech and all that settled down. But then I was like, okay, Clay, it is what it is. At least that was a test account. Let's fire up another test. Let's keep the racehorse model going. So fired up this account. And I traded. It started to come down. I was like, okay, don't chase. Let it come back up. So I shorted and I built a bit of a position. And I'm not kidding you. But this account that you're seeing right here, which is a 150K account, so I had the 4,500 drawdown. The number was minus 4,300. So I was $200 away on this move back up for that account just being cooked. Because this was just a crazy move straight back up. However, because this is a stupid market, all of a sudden this move came back down and I ended up making, I don't know, like $900 or something on it. So I'm like, okay. And then I was like, all right. So there's no way it's going to be this crazy. Like, it's not like it's going to come all the way back up, but I want a little bit of confirmation. So that is where this alert showed up to the private community. So here's that first one, by the way. NQ back test off of the 200 SMA, assuming the 2-minute candle can close above. So I was looking for that back test. And depending on how you traded it, there was profit there if you were a scalper. But like I said, because for the way I approached that trade, it didn't work for me. And then right here. Okay. So this is the one where, like I said, I got short, and that is right where I was about to get another account cooked, and then that was a gift. And I'm like, okay, there's no way this thing actually does this again and goes straight back up. Like, it's already been crazy. Surely this craziness, it's not, I mean, come on, really. However, I was like, but I'm not going to just randomly do it. I want to wait. I want to see some weakness. So what happened was this candle actually started to come back down. It gave me a nice upper shadow, and I'm like, okay, that trend line is going to break. In other words, I tried to anticipate it. I did not wait for it to break the line. I did not wait for confirmation. I was like, all right, let me just wait for it. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me just try to anticipate it because, okay, this is what I would expect. Like, there's no way this big, strong red candle is going to go back strong green. But let's just make sure it doesn't go, straight back green. Okay, look, it's not going straight back green because, like I said, at one point this had started to come back down. So I hopped in short. And this is on the racehorse. And then, the rest is history. There is that trend line right there. And you can see, nope, it went straight up there and then cooked the pro account. And at this point, I am like distraught. I'm typing in the chat room, dude. I'm just like, what is going on with my life right now? Again, this has been, if you've been here on the live stream, you've seen this building up. But like, this is where I was just like, what? I literally cannot do anything right. Like, nothing right. Can't do anything right. And then I say, okay, dude, I am certainly not. I am not in any way, shape, or form in a mental state to fire up another racehorse. In other words, get another pro account, because with Take Profit Trader, I do what I call the racehorse model, meaning I'm always passing accounts and then I just store them in like the stable. So I'm not tempted to have to reset the pro account and pay a crazy amount. However, in this situation, I'm like, no. I'm going to burn down my racehorse barn. Like, that is how it's crazy. Like, I am at threat of potentially cooking 10 pro accounts right now. Like, I do not want to burn down my racehorse stable. So Clay, you ain't touching a pro account. In fact, even tomorrow, you're not touching the pro account. Let's just go to next week. Fresh mind, Easter, you're done. Well, and then right about here, when this action happened, I broke that rule. So right here, you can see I don't know if you can see. But fired up a test account. Yes, I made 450 on, I'm sorry, not a test account, a pro account. Yeah, I made 450 on it, but that's not the point. The point is I literally broke that rule. Not only did I fire up, not only did I activate a pro account, but I took a trade on it. And I took a trade on it in some very volatile action. So I am an absolute madman right now. And again, Dean, like, I understand you guys mean well, but like, I am a human being. So like, Dean, when you're like laughing at me right now, it doesn't really help. It doesn't really help. Like, I understand. I do the same thing. I look at people like on the internet and videos and live streams, and I'm like, okay, they're not actually a person. They're just like, it's all it's not real. But like, it is real, dude. Like, so now, with all due respect, maybe now's not the best time to laugh at me, because I'm not, like, I'm very upset at myself right now. Now I realize I probably should not have said that, because the trolls are going to start to laugh just to try to trigger me. But like, man, trading is hard. And this is also why I think maybe some people, I don't know why, but I'm not going to say that people hide stuff just because they have. I think sometimes people hide stuff because they don't want to put up with like stuff like that. Like, again, I know Dean doesn't mean anything bad, but like, now it's just not the time. Now it's just not the time. So I don't. No, so this is the good thing though. Like, I have now told you I cannot trade. Don't let me change to the pro account. Don't let me do any of that. So I'm not worried for the next 4 hours or so. I'm not worried because I have all of you staring at me. And, you know, I'm not really a big, I don't want you guys to be like, wow, this guy just flat out lied to us. He said he was going to do X, Y, Z, and now he's doing A, B, C. But I will be, I'll who knows, maybe I just need to stream until 5 p.m. Eastern when this session closes. I don't know. But yeah, I'm not worried now. So this kind of is my timeout, because I'm going to stay. I will trade, but I'm only trading with the race, not the racehorse, the horse in training here. And I'm definitely, I am so just not, I cannot touch that pro anymore. So, I mean, I'm a rule breaking machine today. So there we go. That is how my day went. Not good. All things considered, though, when I look at the amounts of money like lost, and you know what I mean, like for those of you prop firm traders, like if you cook a 150K account right, you're gonna be looking at like at least the minus 4,500. So the amount of money like hypothetically lost versus like, I don't know, prop firms, it just feels like such a scam. It's like, how can I be having such a bad day? How can I have seen so many big red numbers? Yet in all actuality, it's like, it's red, but it's not like anything like it could have been had this all been my own funds. So I don't know. Prop firms have such a scammy feeling, but in a good way, because it seems like, numerically speaking, it should be, and it would be a train wreck if this was all happening with my own funds. But so you're saying like discipline? Yeah. No, and I don't say this because this is where I'm balancing trading and business. But it's also a weird tension between, yes, I'm not going to act like I don't. I want to show up and be able to tell you guys, man, I'm having a great day. I'm crushing it. I'm doing very well. So there is that like extra voice I've created. Again, my choice. So I'm not saying feel sorry for me. I'm well aware that nobody is forcing me to do the live stream or anything like that. But that does introduce like the voice of wanting to be like, hey, look, I'm having a green day. Like there's that voice too that I'm battling against. So sometimes it's just another variable in the equation. So once again, I don't say that. No, I'm not asking for anybody's pity because I'm well aware nobody is asking me to do it. But like that's where, and that's what I literally mean. Like you got to use code CLICK because as long as it makes sense from like the business angle, then like, okay, fine. I can absorb some of these frustrations that I generate because again, we talked about yesterday, there's three kind of prongs that I'm trying to balance. Live streaming is fun. 98% of you are cool people. I'd hang out with you in person. I enjoy just shooting the breeze. It blows my mind that I can be hanging out with somebody in another, like around the world right now. So it is fun. But like, I mean, I'm a grown adult with 6 kids. Like I can't just be like taking my time and going and doing stuff just for fun. So that's where the business aspect comes in play. It does need to be worthwhile. And I've also learned that you guys like to see live trading. So like, I'm going to trade. So it's a weird balancing act, but like, so yes, experience, everybody is always dealing with voices, no matter how experienced you are. But I just have more voices because I choose to live stream, which again, that is what it is. All right, maybe a short here. Okay, it's been rejected off that orange line several times now. That orange line is the previous session close, so we'll see if we can get another rejection here. Yes, on a day like today, I'm very glad I do not copy trade because there would have been that many more accounts cooked. But yeah, so that's how my day went. Wow, I talked about that for quite a while. So for the people ask, Clay, how's your day? And I refer them back to the 18-minute mark. I hope they're ready. All right, if this red line turns... Blue, I'm in. My stop will be right here. 3MNQ might actually still be a little bit aggressive on the size because today is volatile. Yeah, it is kind of wild that the live stream started by accident, Bradley. Yeah, that part is kind of crazy. Yes, you heard that right. I started, and you can go back to episode 1 if you want. You'll see I was just clicking buttons, and then I all of a sudden was live, and then 20, 30 people were here, and then it all happened from that point. Again, I'm looking to get short here at the red line. Yeah, that's what I mean. We're looking at basically a 30-point, but look how tight this is. This doesn't look like, this is a pretty tight stop, yet to Bradley's point, I mean, it's still 30 points. So you got to be very careful with position sizing. Again, Bradley makes it like, this doesn't look like that big of a distance. So this looks like a tight stop. Well, yeah, this tight stop on a day like today is still 30 points. Good morning, Clay. Hope you're having a, well, Krager, you just missed my day. So if you go back to the 18-minute mark, spoiler alert, it's not a good day. All right, I am short. Let's see if this thing wants to roll over. I couldn't have asked for a better candle right there. Come on. All right, let's make sure this is a green trade now at least. All right, this will be a green trade now. Let's see if I can start to get these couple targets hit. All right, well, still a green trade, but I got Rel, the massive pump, got day one payout yesterday blown up. Yeah, well, Nathan, I just went over my day. Like I said, if you have not blown an account today, congrats. Like, even if you're red on the day, but no blown accounts, I mean, come on, you got to be the exception, not the rule. There are some just dirty moves out there today. Hi, Clay. I see a good day today. Nice. Jose, go back to the 18-minute mark. I did not have a good day. This is not a good day. There is more to the number than what you see. Do you know if the prop firm you recommend can work with MetaTrader 5 and with automated experts? No. I don't know. What is an automated experts? What is an automated expert? I don't know if I've ever heard that. I feel your pain, been there, just, yeah. It's just, like, if I don't know with my track record right now of just tossing rules aside, but I don't want to touch that racehorse at all, including tomorrow. Like I said, I'm not worried about it on the stream because you guys are all great accountability partners. So, which is why when you're like, Clay, you got to just step away, go into timeout. No. This is timeout. Being in front of hundreds of people is a good way to help hold myself accountable. Clay, I'm glad you're real. Well, not me. I wish I was like these people on social media that like never lose and they make like $30,000 every day. I wish I was them. I have steered clear today. Well, congrats. Like I say that happily. Like if you have not blown any accounts today, I do say that happily, but I also say it with a jealous spirit. Like I'm jealous of you in a happy way, if that makes sense. Now, Jose, that's, like I said, there's more to this number than what you see, Jose. There's more. I appreciate it, though. Good job, Timbo. What is an ATM? I don't know. I can never remember what ATM stands for. At the market? At the market, I think that stands for. Can you help me learn? I don't know, man. On a day like today, I don't think you want me to help you, brother. I mean, if you want to learn how to break rules, I can help you there. You want to learn how to be a dented baboon? I can help you there. Green on the day, 2 days in a row, but I was just close to losing it all. Yeah, I had that, like I said, on this account. This account itself was close to being cooked. Well, right now, this previous session close, orange line, it is doing work. It is a very annoying level to the bulls out there. But yeah, Rion Rogers, welcome to have you. I'm just having a rough day today. But I'd like to think I can. Well, yeah, sure. I mean, I can even like on a day like today, I can probably teach you. Just do the opposite of what I do because that's probably the smart thing to do. No, I don't think it's an automated teller machine. Oh, wait. Yes. The bank ATM. They're talking about the ATM order. But yeah, that ATM, which would be the traditional thing to think about, unless you're a trader and you know, they're talking about this one up here. That's funny. Hi, Clay. New to trading and have been experimenting. Got lucky today with the 15-minute. Yeah, Mike, I don't want to rain on your parade, and I'm not saying this is what you're doing. And while trading does not need to be rocket science, trading is going to be more in-depth than just that orb strategy. If all you're doing, for example, is waiting 15 minutes to see where the high and the low is, and then you're buying the breakout or shorting the breakdown, there's more to it than that. Again, doesn't need to be rocket science, but that is an oversimplified way to go about it. Again, now if you want to use that as a foundation to build from, totally cool. But like, there is going to be more to it than just that. How much did I lose today? I don't know. I haven't. Let me put it this way. I'm glad I'm in prop for. I'm glad I'm doing prop firm trading. I'll put it that way, because if this was my own funds, then yeah, I don't know, probably over 10. This is not the number, but if I'd been doing with my own funds and the numbers I've seen, it'd be like I'm down over $10,000. But I'm not, because prop firms are awesome. Market isn't open, is it? Robo tomorrow for Good Friday. At least I think today's Thursday. Is today Thursday or Friday? I thought today was Thursday. I could be wrong, though, at this point in my life. As far as I'm aware, though, it is Thursday. Therefore, the markets are normal hours today. Tomorrow, for Good Friday, the markets close at 9:15 a.m. Eastern. Yes, I was replying to. Okay, well, if you don't mind, next time, if you could just do that from the get-go, then then I would know that. That does always help in the spirit of efficiency. If you are just talking to somebody else in the chat, which I love to see you guys talking amongst each other. But if you can help me out and just tag the person, that way we don't have those points of confusion that we just went through. Market close on Good Friday. Market closes early tomorrow at 9:15 a.m. Eastern. What do we need to mow? The market is closed tomorrow at 9:15 a.m. Eastern. So you'll have to be out of your trades by 9:15 a.m. I will be live streaming tomorrow. if anything else, just to bang everybody over the head to make sure you're out of your trades. Because there will be. Like, there's not a lot of guarantees in this world between, the only two now there's 3 guarantees. Death, taxes, and the third guarantee, there will be at least one person in the world that cooks a prop account because they violate the rule of you got to be out by the time the market closes. And they're going to be like, wait, what? The market closes at 9:15 and they'll be in a trade. So those are the 3 guarantees that exist. Death, taxes, somebody will cook an account tomorrow. Can I help you open a trading account? Well, I mean, what are you wanting to trade? How do you want to trade? Are you looking to be a swing trader or a day trader? You're asking too general of questions. What type of trader do you want to be? That's going to help dictate what type of account you need. I'm not going to. Yeah, I don't know if I'll trade tomorrow or not. I know I'll stream. I have no idea what the action will be like. But in this environment, who knows? Maybe tomorrow it's going to be beautiful action. Yeah, that's true. I did wake up this morning. That is a good perspective. As always, if you woke up today, you're having a green day already. That is true. What time would I start? Probably 8 o'clock. As I was discussing earlier, I can't really do anything earlier just because of the logistics of our house right now and how like our bedroom is that way. So I don't want to, and I have, our 2 boys are over there. So I can't start too early and wake everybody up. What is better? I don't know. I have no idea about your schedule. I don't know. I don't know, man. Assuming this will be a range, it's 100 points. Yeah, technically a little bit more than 100 points, but I get what you're saying. Yeah. So even this right now, this range, oh, look at this annoying range. I don't know. It's still 100 points. Should I buy in QQQM? No. Nope. You definitely should not. If you are asking random people on the internet, should you buy something, you definitely should not. What you should do is go do some more learning. Oh, that sounds nice. The rain on the roof. Although right now that's not good for the home for the house build right now. We're still in the phase where like weather is very, very important. So this is kind of delaying. Well, I don't know about delaying things, but nothing is being done on the house today. Okay, yes. I can help you. If you go to the link at the top of the screen, that's a prop firm. Here. This video should help you. Who's asking Rian? Okay, there you go. Click on that link. That'll walk you through some things. What state are you in? Iowa. So even now, we're right. If you are accepting the fact that this is some sort of range, which it seems to be, and then if you're on one of the people about don't diddle in the middle, I mean, we were literally right in the middle of this thing, so. Yeah, in this sort of environment, I don't think that's crazy to think like trading after hours. And that's also it's a blessing and a curse that the market is open basically around the clock. It's a blessing because, to your point, yeah, in some of the other sessions, maybe they're not quite as crazy, so maybe it fits your strategy better. It's a curse because futures traders can develop very unhealthy habits. You know, you can find yourself, again, I'm assuming you're in America. I'm assuming you're not working a third shift job. But as an American, you could find yourself up at 2 a.m., 3 a.m. trading the London session. Like, to me, that suggests an unhealthy relationship with futures. Even for me, like I said, I mentioned earlier, I have 6 kids. And when I first got into futures a couple years ago, it was kind of weird because coming from years and years of stocks and options, once the stock market closed, it was basically closed unless there was earnings or something. But even earnings were like right after the bell. But like with futures, it'd be like 7, 8 o'clock at night. And I'm like, should I go up to the office real quick, check on the markets? And it's like, wait a second, you degenerate. What do you, really? You're going to not, like, you have hang out with your family. So it's a blessing and can be a curse. Now, if you're a single dude, well, I don't know. If you're a single dude, it's still a curse. Like, are you ever going to be able to find yourself a woman if you're constantly sitting there in front of your computer for 23 hours a day, 6 days a week? I don't know. Would I advise my daughter to marry somebody that like you? Absolutely not. You will not be marrying that degenerate. No. So yeah, blessing and a curse. Like Thomas Sowell says, my favorite economist, there are no solutions. There are only trade-offs. I have ChatGPT. Well, there you go. Like I said, that is, you know, if my daughter can be like, hey, so I like this boy, and again, my oldest is only 13, so I got time. But if any might, okay, never mind. For now. Okay, I'm going to see if this is top of the range again. It's rejected off this orange line many times before, so hey, maybe I'm crazy for thinking it can reject off it again. Let's see. If that red line turns blue, I'm in. Maybe this is the time it finally breaks up through, and if it is, well, then this will be a losing trade. But I don't think I'm crazy to try to play the short when it is rejected off this orange line like 14 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, let's see if the 11th time is the charm. Again, if that red line turns blue, I'm in. On the short side, that is. Okay, I'm in. Took one out. Still could be a losing trade. It'll be a little bit less, though, because I've put a little green in my pocket and then also reduced position size. Come on. No, you may be saying, geez, Clay, why is that first profit target so tight? Well, I mean, I'm still going for like 23 points. That's what I mean. Very volatile. Wait, this distance here is 23 points? Yep. Again, a beautiful candle right here at this area. So, going to let this thing work out or play out here a little bit. Let's do this. Let's just put this down here. And if it gets a little bit closer, I can just get my stop into... There we go. Okay. So this will be a green trade now. So let's just see if this thing does want to roll back over. There we go. Come on. Now it could bounce off the 21 EMA, which is why I'm trying to kind of get in there right before it might bounce. Come on. So hey, 11th time was a charm. That orange line is doing work. Again, that line right there is the previous session close. Come on. Hey, Krim. Stressmatic. Local roll call. This is wild. What's wild? I'm telling you, folks, if you want to be in a live stream chat, you've got to avoid broad words. This, that, yes, all, you know, just things like that. They, it. Come on. Come on. Hit me. You got to be kidding me. Dude. So worst case, I'm making basically 11 points. So not bad. My risk right now is making 11 points. My reward is unknown because I don't know how far down this could roll over. So I'll take it. Risk, making 11 points. Reward, unknown. So I like these positions. This is a good feeling, but I'd prefer to not get stopped out for 11 points. I'd prefer it to at least come down and hit that next target. No, $5. No, brother. What country are you in? And how old are you? Like, it sounds like your best bet at this point is to go trade ticker symbol JOB. If all you have is $5, the best trade for you at this point will be ticker symbol JOB. That's a guaranteed trade there to make some money. At this point, I'm thinking, do I just go for more? See if it actually breaks. Yeah, let's go for more. Let's just try that now. Why not? See if we can actually get down through the 21 EMA. You have very tight stops. Yeah, I know. My 40-point stops are pretty tight. Small account challenge. Yeah, that'd be... All right, so I would have had the target hit. There is a 21 EMA, which could be a problem for me as a short. Now, if you're long, that thing... you might be looking at that as your knight in shining armor. So I'm your dragon right now. I want this dragon. If the dragon is the price, I want it to overwhelm your knight in shining armor. Eat that knight in shining armor. Eat him. Right now, you're like, no, battle the dragon. Push the dragon back up here. Looks like the knight's losing. Good. No knight in shining armors here. All right, I'm going to move my stop down there now. So now, worst case, I'm making 23 points. So I like that. My risk right now is making 23 points. My reward is potentially higher. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, is the knight going to make a comeback? The knight's fighting back against the dragon. No, come on, dragon. Eat him. Eat him. There we go. Eat him. Come on, crap him out. Crap him out down here. Uh-oh. I think the knight's... He's stuck in the dragon's throat with his sword. Can you see how I have a mind of a child? Like, this is the story that I'm seeing right now. The price is the dragon. There is a knight that's fighting at the 21 EMA. Come on. Push him down. Push him down. I think I can do a little more. I'm going to keep going for... Come on. Come on, dragon. Ooh, that knight is stubborn. That knight, he don't want to go down. He's like, get me away from this digestive tract. What am I trading? There, okay. All right, knight. Okay. Okay, knight. Okay. What are you trading? That I am trading futures, and then within the futures umbrella there, I am trading MNQ. Another pro account blown on my end. I feel like mental shifts when I go. Yeah, hey, Trash, if you want to... I know sometimes misery loves company, but I'm there with you, brother. If you go back to the 18-minute mark of the stream, you'll hear about my day, which I don't want to talk about anymore. But I'll put it this way. You're not the only one that's blown an account today. So, yeah. And you're also not the only one that's blown a pro account today. There's at least 2 people. Hint, hint, I may be one of them. Okay. Okay, knight in shining armor. Looks like you were failing as it came down through that 21 EMA, but ultimately the 21 EMA has held strong. But this up here, this previous session close is no joke. So I guess will 12th time work again? I suppose we might as well try it. I mean, what is this, like my third? I think I took a trade here. That was a winner. I don't think, did I take one here? I don't remember. I definitely took one there. So yeah, this orange line has been good to the shorts. It's rewarded me twice now. Yeah, exactly, Raspberry. That's what I'm thinking. Next week, fresh week, new mindset. And, you know, we still got to get to next week. And I'm still, in a weird way, I don't know. Like, that helped. That helped me kind of just talk through my morning. It helps when other of you are being courageous enough to be like, hey, man, I cooked some accounts today, too. Because some days it feels like, man, am I the only... Like, you hop on social media, and it's like, am I the only person that lost money today? How come everybody on social media just made like $100,000 today? What is wrong with me? But like, I'm around enough real people here, which I appreciate. I don't know. In a weird way, it helps. I will be streaming tomorrow. I don't know if I'll make any trades, but I will be streaming. I think I'll start at 8 a.m. and we'll go for, I don't know. Yeah, like I said, maybe I'll hang around a little bit after the market. Okay. Let's get ready again. Ooh, is this time finally the truth? Now, there's been some false breaks too, so I'm not convinced because right here was a false break, so maybe this is another false break, but I need to see some sort of confirmation. That is crazy. That knight in shining armor was like, no, dragon. But Pat, good job, Hot Tub. Hey, good to see you, Hot Tub. All right. I mean, look at this on the 5-minute, by the way. I mean, 5-minute is just... Now, what's interesting, though, and I'm just noticing this, maybe shame on me, like, Clay, I've noticed that a long time. Good for you. You're better than me. Look at this, actually putting in higher lows. So we do have like this ascending triangle in a bullish uptrend. So an ascending triangle in a bullish uptrend, that's looking kind of spicy for the longs. But that orange line, I mean, that thing is a beast. That thing, again, the orange line is the previous session close. I'm not saying there's anything magical about it, but I don't know. It seems like the price cares about it. And right here is our newest, or one of our most recent examples of the price seemingly caring about the previous session close, which, how do I get that? Let's see. You'd have to go to, I think, Tiki Trade. Is that it? No, that's the overnight high-low. So it must be Iman. Iman Sampasi. Yeah. So I go here. No, I lied. That's where the overnight low. Okay. So other way. So then... So Tiki Trade. Yeah, right here. Last close. So that's what I have. I mean, you can do all sorts of stuff. I mean, the sky's the limit towards what you want to do. You can do the high, low, open, blah, blah, blah. But I just like to focus on that one. So that is how you get that line there if interested. Again, I'm not saying there's anything magical about it. I've just noticed the market seems to care about it. I annihilated an account with you yesterday. Or I annihilated an account yesterday. Yeah. This market, like I said, if you are thriving in this environment, congrats. Like, well done. I don't know of many traders that are thriving. Well, I mean, again, if you go to social media, then there's like all people do on social media is win. Like Twitter, it's just like, hey, man, green, green, green. Nobody ever loses. It's crazy. I will say this. And maybe there's some irony. Maybe I'm part of the problem. I try not to be. I try to post, videos. I think there's been some shorts of me cooking accounts. But anyways, social media has got to be one of the most, and Twitter has got to be one of the most toxic places for traders. Because, and I'm speaking for myself, the world does not revolve around me. So I'll reframe it. For me, Twitter is one of the most toxic places for traders. Because, like I was saying earlier, I go to Twitter. And I don't do it often, but I'm reminded recently of why I don't do this. But you scroll, and it's just like, well, first off, it's either one person complaining about somebody else, or it's just a lot of like big green numbers all over the place. And it's just like, or it's like, oh man, I started down 30,000, but hey, by the end of the day, I'm up 50. It's like, oh, what? It's like demoralizing. It makes me feel like I'm the worst trader ever, have no idea what I'm doing. So for me, Twitter is a very toxic place because it seems like nobody does any wrong. But anyways. All right, see you later, Crimson. Check out the trend line on the... No, I appreciate that. I don't use a 15-minute, though. If I start checking out what everybody tells me to check out, I'm going to be checking out like the Asian session 61.8% Fibonacci level, right? And then my chart is going to be cluttered up by 8 million annotations. So I appreciate it. But I don't use the 15-minute. And so I need to adopt the policy to not check out what people tell me to check out, or else, like I said, I'm going to be on the 42-minute time frame checking out the 18.372 EMA, No, Clay, doesn't work that way. Yes, thanks, Brad. I was trying to convey just the bigger... Thank you, Brad. All right. So that is essentially what's part of this ascending triangle that I mapped out already, which does also create an interesting dynamic of, I don't know, is this a short? If this trend line here fails, are we headed down to the bottom part of the potential range? Yes, Brett, I'm aware. I get it. I get it that trend lines are, I understand. My point is, if I start to check out what everybody requests me to check out and start to map those things out, I'm going to have a lot of stuff on my chart. That was what I was trying to convey there, brother. It looks like a big flag. What is consistent POD? Well, I would call, I mean, you could call this, I suppose, a bull pennant. I'm considering this more so an ascending triangle here at this point. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the person that made money on the speech, they got lucky, and then they're bragging about it. Heading into a long weekend, are people going to want to hold? I mean, well, technically, again, Raspberry, the market opens back up at 6 p.m., and it does go until tomorrow at 9:15 a.m. So, I mean, we're not necessarily, the long weekend starts tomorrow at 9:15 a.m. Eastern. Again, if you were not aware, tomorrow is Good Friday, so the markets close at 9:15 a.m. Eastern. Hey, buddy. Did you go potty again? Okay, good job. Oh, yeah? You want to say hi real quick? Okay, gotta just be quick, okay? Okay. Can you say hi?
Hi. Baby.
Yeah, that baby's you. Yeah.
What's this?
Yeah.
What is this?
Okay. Can you say bye to everybody? Say bye.
Die.
Okay, there you go. Okay, go close my door, please.
See you, Daddy.
See ya. See ya, buddy. See ya.
Daddy.
See ya, buddy. Dude is a hustler. He's potty trading, so he gets a chocolate chip every time he goes on the toilet. The guy, I think he's made the connection. The more I chug out of this bottle, aka my water, the more I have to do this thing over there on this thing they keep calling a toilet, and then I get a chocolate chip. Kid's about to get diabetes. He's figured out the system. But it seems to work, right? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. This is our sixth data point, right? So this is our sixth child that we're working on. So if you're looking for any parents out there that are either in the throngs of, or and I'm not saying we invented this, by the way. I'm just saying that we have 6 pieces of data that it seems to work. But yeah, a single chocolate chip, if you give that to your kid every time they go on the toilet, seems to. I don't know. At one point, like they like don't care anymore. I think after they realize that, like, man, this feels so much better than basically crapping my pants, right? Then, like, who cares about the chocolate chip anymore? Because I get the upside. The upside of not crapping my pants, like, I don't, that's worth it anymore to not get a chocolate chip. In other words, I'm not going to keep crapping my pants unless I get a chocolate chip. Like, at some point, their brain does that analysis and that they realize the trade-off. It's okay if I don't get a chocolate chip if that means I'm not crapping my pants. Is the futures market okay? What are we going to do on the over-under? How many times do I think we're going to have to answer this question about the market tomorrow? Okay, Paulo, I'm asking out of curiosity. Do you ever check your email? Like, do you have prop firms and do you check your email? Because I've gotten many emails from the prop firms addressing this very question. $7.5? I don't know. I think, 24.5 sounds better. We are off to, I don't know. We're already at like 5. Your poor wife? What do you mean my poor wife? Morning, Clay. I'm starting to make a habit of joining the 30 minutes late. You know what? Okay, wait. I think I'm going to have to take this short. Look at this. This thing's about to fall, right? All right, I'm getting in. I think it's going to break. I think. This is how I cooked my account. Remember my pro account? I took one of these trades. It looked exactly like this. Came up, came back down, so I hopped in, tried to anticipate it. But I never did get confirmation because, technically speaking, it has not broken that trend line. But, I mean, come on. Look at this. Failed bounce. Another failed bounce. Come on, push. That is my stop, by the way. This is either a breakdown or get out. And it's looking like it's about to be me getting kicked out. But I got to keep this stop relatively tight, even though I realize this is like still a 27-point stop. 6. Wait, you're saying my wife is sad? She has 6 kids? I don't think I'm understanding what you're saying. Are you saying my wife is sad? My poor wife, that she has 6 kids, so you think she like regrets having the 6 kids or what? I don't understand. What are you saying? Come on, break down. You stupid trend line. I should probably delete that out. Then it'll go right. That's how this works, isn't it? There we go. There we go. There we go. Hit that. Hit me. Hit me. All right, this needs to at least be a winning trade at this point. Come on. You got to... Come on. At least hit that first target. How come I can't get any follow through? How does that work? To be fair, I could give myself more of a more room, but where I'm at mentally. How can I improve my trading to achieve daily profits like you do? Again, Mad, what the number you see here is deceiving. If you want to go back to the 18-minute mark, you'll see what I mean by this number here is deceiving. But at the end of the day, how do you just improve your trading? Just as a general, you got to focus on risk management. The boring stuff. Everybody, again, that's somewhat self-inflicted because I know I got super tight with my stop. Well, I'll just say this. I mean, she does not feel like a poor woman. She feels like a blessed woman. But I get what you're saying. I see what you're saying. But yeah. At first it came up, yeah. So I get what you're saying. But no, she does not feel like poor as me. She feels blessed as me. Okay, do we get a... Well... See, all right. Well, hey, did Money get that? Who's short right now? Who's short and did not get kicked out of the trade? I don't know, Kainoa. Wait, are you saying, do you still have the same deal if it renews? You're still in? Good job. Wow. Yeah, again, that's the me getting tight with the stop. Yes, sometimes that really saves me, but this time it bit me. So it was still a green trade, but yeah, had I given that more wiggle room, it'd be a way bigger green trade. I'm still short. Good job, Nick. Thank you. Yeah, the dragon won on that one. The dragon, yes. Correct. Yes, yeah, Kaino. As long as you keep that, because technically speaking, it's a subscription. So as long as you keep the subscription going, whatever code you use still pertains to it. Yeah, the dragon has won. Then this very volatile. Yeah, exactly. I'm just so jaded right now to like false breakouts that I'm like, okay, I got the breakout. There's no way I'm going to let this thing come all the way back up here. And with this market, that seems to be more so the norm than anything. I might try... Okay, I'm going to try a short at the red line. Try to play a back test. Hey, thank you, Goose. I appreciate it, man. Okay, here we go. See if we can get the back test. So this was a former break support here. We have the purple line right there. But this market is about to just go straight back green. I suppose it wouldn't be shocking. Again, looking for the back test. So it has back tested it, but looking for a back test and a rejection. Right now, the rejection part is kind of where it's struggling, but let's see. Come on. These green lines here are for my first two targets. So at this point, I have my stop right there. So let's see if this does indeed want to get rejected. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. And that's my first target. Come on. Push. Push. What? Okay, whatever. Whatever. This stupid market. I can't stand this. This is just whatever. What? I don't know what I'm supposed to do. What am I don't know. I don't know. I know. Somebody's going to show up. Clay, was it obvious long because of this, that, and the other? Well, where were you beforehand telling me that? I know. Go ahead. Step out of the, come on. Crawl out of the woodwork. Tell me why it was such an obvious long in hindsight. Go ahead. Sub-Zero, 5-minute was it a completed 5-minute hammer? Oh, I was just joking. Please don't. That there's nothing more obnoxious than somebody coming back with a full hindsight in their favor and then like cherry picking exactly why it didn't work out. Oh, that's right. I forgot about that dude. Oh yeah, what? Yeah. How did I forget about such an epic thing? That's right. All you have to do, yeah, that was crazy. How did I forget about we're just getting so much crazy on the live stream. It's hard to keep track of it all. That's right. How did I forget about that one? What was it? Yeah, all you have to do is Google this, and then you'll know when, I can't remember what it was, like 100-point moves. I don't know, something crazy. I was like, oh, really? That's all you have to do is Google it? Oh, dang. Seems to have stalled at yesterday's close. I don't know. Maybe Carlos. We'll see. Yes, I know. Clay, in hindsight, you should have just waited for the back test of, you can't make, look at that. That's as pretty gets right there. Holy smokes, look at that. If for any of you in the current process of writing a textbook on trendline trading, there it is. Broke the trend line, came back up, back tested the trend line, and is now rolling over a little bit. Wow, that is pretty. And again, this first trade plan, I was right, but this is why trading is so hard. However, in the category of being right, because I did have green, I then all of a sudden that next layer down became wrong. How did I become wrong? Well, I chose, brings a tear to my eye. Okay, for any of you trendline people, if you're writing a book, screenshot it. This is like as classic as it gets. So that next layer, I was right. It did want to come down. So I was in the green. So I was right enough to be in the green. But that layer down of, okay, but how am I going to manage the trade? I chose poorly. Had I chosen a scalpy scalp, I'm saying, hey, there's another green trade. But I didn't. I wanted it to come down some more. And it obviously did not. It went back up, and well, you saw what happened. So that's why trading's hard. Even if you're right, broadly speaking, that next layer down, well, are you going to choose the right management style to it? So anybody that tells you trading is easy is lying to you. Which is also, if you're not aware why buy low, sell high doesn't actually mean anything. Or like trade the trend doesn't actually mean anything. Oh yeah, this is the volume profile. And you can get that by clicking, how do you get that? Right here. Chart settings and then day volume profile. Dang, as somebody that loves charts, that brings a tear to my eye. That is so pretty. Yeah, it's annoying but I mean that's pretty. You're kidding, right, Sub-Zero? Like that's a joke. You're not actually like that. You're trolling, right? Please, for all that is good. Oh, okay. Thank you, Sub. Okay, okay. Whew. I was like, wait a second, Subs. Wait, what? Okay, all right, good. Okay, whew. You scared me there for a second. Like I don't think Sub-Zero would be serious with that, but okay, good. Trading is hard. Flags are easy. Like waving the white flag is easy. Is that what you're saying? Is that an overly ambitious trend line? I don't know. What I on a slower day, I wouldn't mind, trying to short here and I can throw my stop up here. But if I do that right now, let's see. So let's just say I get in and keep the math easy at 30. My stop is up here at 65. Yeah, that's a 35-point stop I have to take. 35-point stop. That's nutso. And again, if your position size is wrong, a 35-point stop cooks your account. Like it's game over. Yeah, the hardest way to make easy money. Entry price today times 0.97 for the stop loss before you go long. I'm not sure exactly what you're saying there, Leo, but you might be saying something completely coherent, and I'm just not connecting the dots because I'm trying to do multiple things right now. I think I got it. Okay. Now it would be better. I could put a stop right above here. Yeah, that keeps it smaller. That keeps the stop smaller. Okay, let's do that. And by smaller, I mean 26 points still. Crazy. Okay. If I get filled at that red line, my stop is going right here. I got a couple of conspiracy buddies. I mean, they are so anti we never landed on the moon. So like yesterday, like I've been just pushing their buttons. The logical fallacies they're throwing at me right now. It's like, but I don't. It's just, I know they're not totally serious, but like, yeah. Let me put it this way: that launch yesterday is not going towards the moon. That is their stance. I'm sure some of you are in that same stance. I realize I think some people would even say they don't even think the launch happened yesterday. I don't know if we have anybody in that category. So I'm learning there's different categories. Some would accept the premise that launch yesterday was real, but they would just be like, yeah, but if you think that is actually going to the moon, you're a moron. Some people are like, if you even think that launch yesterday was real, you are a moron. Where's it going then? I don't know. I'd have to look. They keep texting, so I don't know where the current. Maybe just like around the world, Earth or something. I will say, you got to think NASA did it on purpose. They're like, okay, let's just get the conspiracy things rolling. We'll give them an easy premise to build from. The fact we're doing it on April Fool's Day. Like, you got to think they did that on purpose. In fact, I guess I don't have any evidence, but doesn't that seem like almost a guarantee? Like all the people are sitting in here like, haha, let's just why not make it on April Fool's Day? That'll get the conspiracies going very, very quickly. And I said, haha, because these guys are all brilliant with their pocket protectors and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm not a big conspiracy guy, but the moon landing one makes a lot of sense to me, especially if I just think about it from an economic standpoint. Like, if how do we defeat somebody without really losing any lives? Can we somehow force them to waste a bunch of money on something? Okay, yeah, we can force them to waste a bunch of money on something by by this thing. So to me, and then you factor on top of that, you sprinkle in the technology argument, and to me, it's like, okay, that makes a lot of sense. Like, just from a strictly strategic point of view, it makes a lot of sense. Knowing that time, the Cold War, and if I'm just building the premise, we value human life. We don't want to lose human life. So how can we defeat this enemy without losing human life? Hey, let's just try to have their economy collapse by making them spend money on stupid stuff. So, I don't know. And then, yes, to think that the computers they supposedly used way back then, and now we have way better computers like in our pockets. So, like, the technology we all have, well, I don't know all of us, but many of us have in our pockets, known as a smartphone, to know that it's vastly more complex than the computers that sent somebody to the moon, yet we've never been back to the moon. I think so. Those two things together, I am quite open to that conspiracy. Hey Clay, is the morning Hey, okay, there we go. There's another one. Great ride. There we go. There's our number one. Since we've asked, there's another one. The market opens this evening at 6 p.m. as normal. Closes tomorrow at 9:15 a.m. Eastern. We went back 6 times more. Yeah, but landing, right? Haven't we only landed on it once? Again, in the spirit of being intellectually honest, you cannot say it never happened. Like, all you can do is speculate, and like trades, right? We can try to put as much leverage in our corner as possible. But like, no, that is an intellectually dishonest statement to say it never happened with all caps. You can say it is highly, highly likely that it never happened, and I would have no problem with that. But you just can't say it never happened because you don't know. Or were you in? Were you a high-level government official back then that was in that meeting about how can we prevent losing human life and win this Cold War by causing the Soviet Union to blow up their own economy? Now, if you were in that meeting, then I suppose you could say you can say that it never happened, but I don't know. That seems, given this is the internet, I'm not quite sure I'd believe that. Yeah, exactly. Man, Sam says, let's be for real. The for real position is the honest intellectual position. Unless you were in the meeting and had anything to do with it, then the best you can do is formulate a high probability thesis. But a high probability thesis is not a for sure thesis. That is the real position to all of this. Oh, we've landed on the moon 6 times? Are you sure? I know we've gone back, but I always thought it was like to orbit. Philly, are you? Can somebody confirm? Okay, well, there's that trend line break. All right, stupid moon landing. I knew it. I distracted myself with the moon landing stuff. All right, thanks, Kainoa. Philly, I'm not asking you, you dent. Yes, I know that's your claim. I'm asking others to verify your claim. Yes, I know you think. I realize you're saying it. I'm not asking you. Yeah, I was only under the impression that we landed once. Oh, okay. I did. It's interesting. So there are acclaimed 6 landings. All right, well, now I'm wondering this line right here. Remember when we threw out the bottom of the range talk? Look, I just noticed. Look where this trend line break actually bounced from. Right here. That yellow line, which has been there for a while. So if it does get down in this area, might be interested in another long. Because the premise that I have, and I think I'm not saying this is some great discovery, but it's been holding up. This is the current range we're in. So if you still think this is a range and you want to trade the range, well, then along down here, I can see making sense. Check oil. I can't. What am I checking on oil for? About to miss a trade. Okay, here we go. Let's see if we can get some confirmation that this bottom... Well, I think it might be the bottom of this current range. All right, well, if I just bought, I'd already be in the... Oh, okay. Hey, Jose, good morning. Going up. Okay, you were right already, Jim. I just saw it tick up a tick. It went up a tick, Jim. You're right. It did go up. Good call. Hey, Vic. That's why a target is always a little bit better. Because if you say it's going up without a target, then technically speaking, if it goes up a tick, then you can be like, told you. This is real estate. Jake didn't take the trade. All right, I will take the trade now down here if it wants to come right back. Now, what I don't want to see is for it to go green and then come back down. A little bit of green is fine, but not a lot of green. So, like, yeah, this thing at this point, come back down, please. Okay, we'll look to get long at that green line. This yellow line has once again held 4 times now. Let's see if the 5th time is also the charm. If it's not, it'll be a losing trade. So I am looking to get long here at the green line. Just trying to trade the range. People just tell me, Clay, just trade the range. Fine. I'm going to try to get long at the bottom of the range. It's bounced once, twice, 3 times. So what is this, a quadruple bottom I'm trying to play here? And looking to get long at the green line. Okay, getting close. Just come down a little bit more and then give me a nice hammer candle. No, don't do a hammer candle yet. No, not yet. You got to fill me first. No. Oh. All right, now if it comes back. Okay, this next candle has to come down immediately. This candle is about to start a new candle in 3, 2, 1. Here's the next candle. Okay, come down right now. I don't want to see it pop up and then come back down. I mean, you can do it a little bit, but not much. Don't. Yeah, all right, I'm going to cancel that out. Reason being now, if I'm buying, I'm basically, that wasn't huge green. But it's kind of, that was green. Remember when that was a nice little green candle and now it's failing? But again, it wasn't hugely green, so doggone it. See, that's why trading the range is not easy either, right? I'm trying to trade. I just happen to choose the wrong spot for what was the bottom of the range right now. Buy now and leave the stop where you had the previous buy. Okay, Jose, I'm going to do it just because you told me so. Oh, it's coming down all right. All right. Versace needs a timeout. Mods, I'll let you determine the discretion. She knows better than to talk like that. Versace needs a timeout. Oh, more than 60 seconds. Oh, Greg, you're such a sweetheart. You're such a nice guy. Oh. I was close, but yet oh so far away. Do I have a special stream offered before 9:15? Yeah, tomorrow I will have a stream. I think I'm going to start at 8 o'clock. Because, again, the market's closed tomorrow for Good Friday at 9:15 a.m. Eastern. Subclay passed my profit target for 5 test accounts. Nice. Now I just need 2 days of flip trades to pass. Good job, rookie. Very good job, especially on a day like today, which toyed with quite a few people, including myself. But, yeah, good job. Now, are you going to keep copy trading those accounts once they turn pro? Okay, on that note, it might be worth firing up some more tests if you're trying to get the racehorse model, right? Because what you don't want to happen is this. You cook those 5 racehorses and you have nothing in the stable. Because then what you're going to be tempted to do is, okay, let me reset these pros. But to reset those pros at the 50K, what is that, like $500 or something? So, I mean, you could be on tilt. You could be all emotionally distraught. So you are potentially, but at least if you have some in the stable, you won't even need to do that battle against should I reset the pro? Because in your mind, you'll be like, okay, I already have other past accounts waiting for me. So that's just, again, if you're wanting to do the racehorse model, which in my experience and the experience of others helps out quite a bit. A little bit of proactiveness can go a long way. Is proactiveness, is that a word? You're fine, newbie. That was just too savage. I accept the apology. I still love you. But man, that's why it was savage. Because somebody that, like, I trust so much, like, that's, like, I started cracking walnuts. Because I'm like, oh, that's newbie. I recognize newbie. Newbie would not April Fool's joke me in that department. So you hurt me. You hit me deep. My loins felt that one. But all good. All good. If anything, like I said, that just proves how much I like and trust you because it hit me to my core. I trusted you so easily. Yesterday, newbie's like, dude, you left a gold order open. I'm like, and So well played, but just too well played. You took advantage of the trust I have in you, brother. You took advantage of it, and you used it against me. Wait, you don't have to reset the pros. Andy, please tell me you're just joking around with that comment. Wait, why did somebody just time out newbie? Huh? What did he say? Did he say something else all of a sudden? Don't put your trust in man. Well, then who should you put your trust in? Me? No. Oh my goodness, Andy the Greek. That is wild, brother. So one of the points of the racehorse model is twofold. Fold number one is I noticed when I first got on the prop accounts, I'd pass an account, and this could be applied to all prop firms, but uniquely to Take Profit Trader, but I'd pass an account and then I'd get scared and I'd trade scared. And it's hard to make money for trading scared. Why was I scared? Well, I was like, I don't want to blow up this account and then have to go through the test phase again. But then I was like, okay, well, what if I knew I already had some past accounts? Then that would reduce that pressure because I'd be like, okay, if I blow this account, it's okay. I have another one waiting for me. But also, that's one aspect. The other aspect is with Take Profit, and I think some of these other prop firms too, they'll let you try again with your pro account or your funded account, whatever they call it. However, to reset it, to try again, it's a hefty price tag. But you don't even have to worry about paying that hefty price tag if you already have past accounts waiting for you. And that's where the racehorse model is, right? A horse is just your test account. You have to train that horse, aka pass the test, to turn it into a racehorse. And my whole thing is I have a stable filled with racehorses, aka past test accounts. But with Take Profit Trader, you don't have to activate them right away. And there's no expense. This doesn't work with all prop firms because some prop firms, you'll have an expense to have all these accounts. Even if you're not trading them, you'll still have to pay for them. But with Take Profit Trader, because they're just awesome in so many ways. You don't have to pay for them. So you can just let them sit there in the racehorse stable to avoid what Andy has apparently been doing. Paying to reset the pro account. So for example, the 150K account, if you blow that account, the pro account, and you want to reset it, $1,500. $1,500, which is why I'm saying take that $1,500 and then just buy like 7 test accounts and get some of those passed. And that way, the next time you blow it, you're not going to be even tempted to pay $1,500. You're going to have other test accounts waiting for you. So yes, it takes time though, right? Because you got to build up the stable, you got to get accounts passed, you got to store them away. So there is a little bit of time up front. But for me at least, and what the way others have talked, it's a worthwhile time investment. So like for me, I probably went excessive. Like before I ever started trading pros, way back when, I was like, I want to get 10 passed accounts. So it took me a while. I had to pass 10 accounts, and I didn't activate any of them. But after I had 10 passed accounts, then I fired up a single racehorse. Again, that's probably excessive. I don't think I needed to go to 10, but I don't know. So now, like today, yes, I blew a pro account, but am I like, oh, great, now I got to do the test phase again? No. Did I face the temptation of wanting to overpay to reset the account? No. Why? Because I already have a stable of racehorses. But yes, the downside, if you will, is it does require time up front. But to me, the numbers suggest the time investment is worth it because, like I said, one pro reset is the equivalent of buying like 5 or 6 test accounts. Finished today green, gonna close out for the day. Well, good job, Magooster. We got all sorts of goose people. In fact, are you related to these other goose? We got goose, we got goo, and now you're Magooster. Are you related to these other people, by the way? Or is this just a coincidence? All right, well, the bottom of this channel has officially failed. Will it make a comeback, though? I might try and then just put my stop down here. So 55, still like a 20-point stop. Okay, I'm long. Maybe this is some sort of fake breakdown of that channel. Back up. Come on. I'll just take a scalpy scalp there. I'll take a little scalpy scalp there. So there we go. Little scalpy scalp off of the... I was thinking about letting it cook, but I don't know. We did kind of just break through that level, but I don't know. I might actually hop back in. Look at it. It's hanging. Let me put it this way. If I were short here and I'm seeing all this action going on, I'm getting pretty nervous from a short-sided standpoint, which means it might be a good long-sided standpoint. So, well, it looks like it's not going to give me another opportunity. Let's see how this candle finishes. Yeah, I will try another long down here. No, I want more than one. Again, careful with your position size on a day like today. As I've been saying, you could be looking at a chart and saying, oh, that's such a small little distance. And then you check the distance and it's like 40-point stop. And if your position size is off, 40 points is enough to totally cook you and then some. So you got to be extra, extra careful with position sizes on days like today. Hey, Danny. Good to see you. Been a while. Too late. Already blew my test this morning. Just one? That's lightweight numbers. I'm at 3 or 2. I don't remember. You'll have to go back. I can't even remember. That's how bad my morning was. Did I cook 2 or 3 accounts? I know for sure 2, but I can't remember if there was... I don't remember. That's 3. That's 3 accounts in the past month? Oh, that's nothing. I gave my trade and advised of the direction. Okay, versus ace. If you don't know how you're supposed to do it, then you're just not being honest and you're totally being a troll on purpose. There's no way versus ace is actually a woman. I refuse to believe that. So why did you lie from the get-go that you have been a woman this whole time? It's verse ace. I know, that's what I'm saying, Slick Nick. Looking weak? I don't know what it's looking like right now. That's why I'm kind of just sitting in my hands. I don't know. I'm still a little bit of bullish on it. We'll have to see. Right, Monkey Trader. That's what I'm saying. Ace. Hey, Captain Crunch. Good to see you, brother. All right. We'll see if this maybe wants to try to... I'm short 24,100. All right. Where's your stop at? Ace. Yeah, that's what I said, Kyle. I'm going to try a long here. If it wants to come back up to that green line, I'm going to try a long. Let's see what we can cook up here. Well, again, I am waiting for confirmation, so if it does want to keep bleeding, I guess that's fine by me because I'm not in the trade yet. No, just because I'm waiting for confirmation doesn't mean I'm going to have a guaranteed winning trade, but... I'm in a fun situation. I burned 10. Oh. Yeah, Nas, that is a rule that, like, in a weird way, it's a good problem to have because most people, I mean, they would probably sell their own mother to be like, wait, you've passed 10 accounts in a single month? I know. Isn't that crazy, Nathan? But it's just, that's how volatile it is. It's wild. Even with that, to Nathan's point, it's so wild that he only had 5 micros and he still got cooked. Like that is the perfect illustration of just how wild it is out there. That's true. Yeah, if you that's a good point. If you do live in your mom's basement and she makes meatloaf, but then you go and you sell your mother, no more meatloaf. Fair point. Thanks for repeating the racers model. Going to... Yeah, I don't know if you want... I don't know if... I mean... I don't know. Are you copy trading, Kainoa? If you're copy trading, then I could see 10 making sense. But, I mean, if you're going to do one at a time, like I do, 10 was probably excessive. But at the end of the day, whatever in your mind you think will give you ease... I mean, we definitely have a bear pennant here. Or if you want to draw it from there. But we're still within the range of this overall, what was our, or at least my previous sideways range here. So it's not like I'm totally confident because I could see it this all just being kind of a fake breakdown. Ooh, all right. Maybe we get a rejection here off the 21 EMA. Yeah, I'll take a swing at that. So what's this stop? Yeah, this is still over a 20-point stop. crazy. This small little distance here, if I put my stop in here, so between the red and green line, doesn't look like a huge distance, but it's still like a 20-some point stop. Right if that red line turns blue, I'm in. And I am in. Put my first target down there. Next target down there. I mean, a beautiful candle right here off the 21 EMA, but it's still gotta deliver for me. But looking good. Come on down. Come on. I know I had the scalpy scalp there for a second, but trying to trust it. Spankum Dragon. Yeah, that's got maybe some potential. I don't know. Cletus is just still fun to say, though. Again, I am short. Looking for the rejection off of here. It did reject, but now I need some follow-through of the rejection. So my stop is up here. These are my initial targets. Looking to also essentially play a bear pennant here, seeing if it can, just in case it bounces off the bear pennant. That's why I have a target there. And then it could be a double bottom, hence why I have another target down there. But even if it just blasts through both of these, I'll still have one for the party. Come on. Come on. Or do I just do this? Do I use the trend line? Yeah, let's do this instead. If it comes down to that trend line, I'll use that as the area to move my stop to break even. And that way, if it bounces, okay, there we go. So there we go. Now, this is either a small green trade or I get the breakdown here and flush. So either this is going to break or it bounces and takes me out and it'll be a tiny green trade. But at least at this point, I know it'll be a green trade. So my risk reward right now is risk is tiny green. Reward is who knows how big of green, because I don't know how big any sort of breakdown could get. And I'm about to get stopped out. But okay, there we go. So it did ultimately once again, but do I try again though? Stupid tread line. Don't do that. Don't bounce off it just once, take me out, and then go down through. Please don't. For all that is mentally healthy, please don't. Stop, please. Well, I mean, my psychologist doesn't want it to stop because then he'll be able to get some more money off me when I call him for my next 8-hour session. That's a joke. It's a joke. You guys are my psychologist, by the way. Have been trading oil recently? Yeah, here and there. I believe I remember you trading or maybe peeking. Yeah, no, I've made some oil trades, but I'm not doing it like anything routinely. What about you? Been doing oil? Who here trades oil pretty routinely? Give me a 3. Number 3, if you, how am I defining routinely? I don't know. Let's say once a day. Once a day, you would say you make a trade on oil. Give me a 3. I'm curious. So again, I'm defining routinely as at least 1 trade a day. Okay, so not a whole lot of you then. Father of 6, your family get a lot. Leo, I think you might be in the past right now. Because I'm not sure how that comment makes any sense. I mean, yeah, I earlier we were talking about 6 kids, but like we haven't talked about it. So Leo, by the time you hear this, yeah, just know that you are not watching this in real time. Okay, maybe another short here. Same general idea. Let's see if it wants to once again get rejected off the 21 EMA. Uh-oh. Oh, okay. This time it looks like so. Uh-oh. I try to cancel. Brother. There we go. Wow. Well, I mean, okay. Playing that perfectly would have been locking in profits right there. But yeah, I'm glad I moved my stop where I did because that just came right up against me. Who trades cattle? Greg does. I don't know if Greg's still here, but Greg is like literally a commodities broker. So like he literally trades cattle. Like, well, I don't want to speak for you, Greg. I'll let you speak for yourself. But yeah, Greg does. But I think he does in like not even the way you're thinking he trades them. I think he legitimately trades them. Okay, so I just got so this is why I'm asking people like if you're going around asking like what's the hours for tomorrow? Like I don't think you check your email because all these prop firms are sending this stuff out. So here we go. Tomorrow, Close at 9:15 a.m. Eastern. Okay, there we go. There's the new, I just got this email there. So. Well, we're at a pivot, are we? Not according to my 5-minute over here, Neil. Maybe something's wrong, but I'm not seeing a pivot. Copy trade is not good. Well, I mean, you can't make that as a universal statement. For some people, copy trading is awesome. I'm going to do a flip trade tomorrow. Yeah. But again, if you're doing the racehorse model, and it sounds like you're in a groove today, might be worth it to fire up and get, at least day one started, even if you just do a flip trade. So you got to always think about that, rookie, especially you. You like to get things moving. So even if you don't trade seriously at all, or is that what you said maybe you're doing? Even if you're not going to do anything serious at all today, get the accounts and then just do a quick flip trade on them. So at least you have day one started. And then tomorrow you could do another, again, even if you don't trade them seriously, do another flip trade and boom, now you have day two done. So now technically by the time you're ready to kind of go at them normally, you're already on day, I mean, you know what I mean, right? Does that make sense, rookie? Yeah. So that's the one thing that I think sometimes, and I used to do it too. It's like, well, I'll start next week. It's like, okay, that's fine. But let's parse that out. Let's define get started next week as I'll trade them normally next week. But given there is this 5-day window anyways, you might as well fire them up right now, do a flip trade on them real quick, and at least you're already working towards a 5-day number. That way, if you are able to pass them in just a couple of days, well, at least you'll have them that much quicker. Exactly, Kev. Yeah. Now, very quickly, though, yes, this is the Take Profit Trader is a subscription, but after you pass, this goes away. That's why I always tell people aim to pass within the first month, which is more than enough time, because then that fee goes away. And then when you're in your pro account, there are no more fees. So the per month is only during the test phase. You can take as long as you want to pass the test, but I'm just saying aim to pass within a month, so that goes away. But yes, now the one thing with this is, if you do blow up the account, you can always try again, called the reset fee. You can reset it for $100. Now, you asked about this one, $90. You would not want to reset it for $100 because, well, you could just go get it for $90. So in that situation, you'd want to cancel that subscription and start a new one for $90. But on the other side of things, you would definitely want to reset it, right? Because yes, first time it'll cost you $216 for $150. But if you blow up this account, it's still $100 to just reset it. So this is kind of the best bang for your buck. Like, you're going to blow up account. So when you use that $100 to reset it, do you want to be getting $150K in purchasing power for that $100, or do you want $75K? Now, there's other things to think about. I'm not saying this is a universal rule. I'm saying that is one angle, though, is knowing that it costs $100 across the board to reset. What do you want that $100 to get you? Like I said, do you want that $100 to get you $150K or $50K? So it would still make sense to reset here because technically you'd be saving yourself $2. But yeah. It's a subscription, and that per month only lasts during the test phase. Wow. Okay. That's some spike. Okay. Even this is just cooked, people. So this is 25. Low of that candle. Yeah, that was about a 50-point range right here. 50 points. The importance of position size on a day like today. Sure, some days you can get a little... sloppy. You can maybe push the boundaries a little bit. Maybe your position size be a little too big. Today is definitely not one of those days. Basically zero wiggle room. If you don't get position size spot on, yeah, all it takes is something like this and you're cooked. I mean, even this candle, which looks small, let's check out the range of this candle. So high was basically 35. Low of that was 10. So even this small little candle, that was still had a range of 25 points. Once more, depending on your position size, 25 points could cook you. So as crazy as that's, what do you mean I get cooked in that little candle, right? When we hear cooked, we're thinking massive big candles. Well, no, not on a day like today. A day like today, if your position size was wrong, that small little candle right there just cooked you. So go for the 150K as it makes more sense. Maybe. There are many ways to look at it. That is just one angle called the bang for your buck angle. But I'm not saying the bang for your buck angle necessarily makes the most sense. It might. I have 50K. What's the most I can make in one day? Okay. Day trade addict. In my mind, you should know this by now. All right. First off, are you with Take Profit Trader? Well, lunch is over. Great stream as usual. Thanks for the resource model. All right. Have a good one, Andy. Up 520. I'll take a break till power hour. Good job, Vic. Magoogie. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this line. This, though, again, I can't say this is totally shocking because, and this will mean more to those of you that were here basically the entire live stream. I put this line in play a long time ago as the bottom part of this range. Top of the range up here, this orange line, previous session close. So all of this, it makes sense why it's struggling, right? It's struggling to get any sort of separation from this big old stubborn range. Same with up here, right? There's been some fake, now it hasn't been nearly as sloppy, but there have been some fake breaks. Same thing right now. These are just all fake breaks. Especially these are a couple nasty ones. Where did day? Okay, I'm trying to help out Day Trade Addict, and then he doesn't answer me back. How am I supposed to help out the guy? Okay, Pavel, open season. He was. Oh, hey, somebody. Look at this action here, folks. Buckle up. Don't get cooked, but buckle. Okay. Did somebody say so? What time is it? 12:40. So that's a random time for a new. So, somebody say something or no? First and a prop. Just gonna take it easy. Yep. Trump said something. Trump calls for Iran to make a deal before. Okay. So I'm almost a short on that because I think that makes me want to say, okay, the market doesn't care about that news. That was like a knee-jerk reaction. Like Trump is always saying that stuff. Like, does that actually mean anything? No. I'm yapping. I should probably put some money behind my mouth. I think this thing just goes right back to where it was. I don't think that news has any sort of strength behind it. But I'm a terrible news trader. I'll paper trade it. That's my thesis. I think the market goes down here. So I wanted to get short here with a target right there. Just because I think after the market digests this news, they're going to be like, okay, that's actually nothing burger. He's always talking, so who cares? So given that came out right here, like I said, that's where that level's coming from. So I would have gotten short right here. So we'll see if that happens. But like I said, I'm a pretty terrible news trader. Like when I think through news, I'm like maybe 50-50 at best. Bridge stuff on Iran. Bridge stuff. What do you mean by that? Or is that a typo? Bridge stuff. So again, I mean, these are moves. If I know I keep harping on it, but it's so important on days like today to have position sizing right, because if you had the wrong position size, this candle here was, about a 78-point spike. That is more than enough room to cook a wrong position size. I'm with Take Profit Trader. Okay, Day Trade Addict. So during the test phase, it's a 50% rule. 50% of what? Your target. So if your target to pass is 3,000, that's your profit target, then Day Trade Addict, what is 50% of that amount? 50% of that amount is the answer to your question. How much can you make in a day? Again, this is only during the test phase. Once you get to the pro account, make as much as you want. But only during the test phase, you can only make 50% of your target. So that's the math that you need to be able to do, Day Trade Addict, which I'm confident you can tell me what 50% of that number is. I think Duda is trying to rage bait me right now, or else they misunderstood what I'm saying. Correct, Callie now. Trade only when Trump is asleep. Dude, that'd be a cool indicator. That's a money idea. How do we get to figure out when Trump is asleep? And then we can have an indicator that we can sell or that you can sell. It's your idea. But like then you sell it to people that's like, hey, as long as this light is green, that means he's asleep. So you have the green light to trade. That's not a bad idea at all. Yeah, I mean, well, if he never sleeps, then I guess that light's always red. Oh, okay. See, this is why it's a good idea to talk through business ideas. So a potential flaw in your business idea is what we just saw. Trump will schedule tweets then. So I guess we have to figure out also the green light implies that not only is he asleep, but he also has 0 tweets scheduled. He only sleeps 3 to 4 hours a night. Well, good. Then it sounds like us futures traders, per that, if you care, then we have 3 to 4 hours to trade. Too many great brains. I mean, any think tank in the world has nothing on this chat right here. We are a bunch of baboons, but our baboon brains we're cooking right now. Trump, biggest bridge in Iran comes tumbling down. Never to be used again. Okay, so that's what that person earlier meant about a bridge. Is that why pre-market is more chill? Yeah, in some senses, sure. Now, I'm also just kidding. Like, the market is, at least this is my reason. This is my thoughts. The market is so hard right now because there's so much uncertainty. Nobody knows what to believe anymore. And that's just what we see. Like so much uncertainty in the market right now. And uncertainty kills. What is the minimum amount I can withdraw with TBT after I pass buffer? Any amount you want. Every single day you can do that. So if you're, as long as you're above buffer, you can take payouts every single day. That's that's one of take profit traders kind of things they lean on are their daily payouts. Hey AJ. So yeah, any amount at all that you're above buffer, you can take. This week, wick shadows are not working nearly as much as they usually do. Correct, yes. Yeah, assuming you're not blowing up the account and assuming you're making money above the buffer, then yes, any amount above you can take. Teachable. Yeah, teachable. Although I will say on that note, that's a fair point. You're not wrong. But that is why another thing I like take profit trader, just keep money in your wallet. Because if you keep money in your wallet, you have full purchasing power of it. So if you know that you want to build up more accounts and get more accounts, then you don't even have to transfer it into your bank account. Just keep it in your take profit trader wallet, and the next account you want to buy, you just use that. This news is a pure example of escalation and the index is rising. What's going on? You're just doing one company today. Okay, well, if I understand what I think you're saying, no, I'm not doing any companies. I'm trading futures. But yes, I have been only doing one futures contract today. These are all MNQ trades today. But yes, I think you think that I'm doing stocks. I'm not. I'm doing futures because day trading futures is a million times better than day trading stocks. Right, yeah, and the money in your wallet, it's the taxable event is when you take it from your wallet into your bank account. What is the fee for over 500? No fee. What news now? I think the theory on the news is there was a bridge that was blown up. Although that can't be it. I don't know. I don't know. Because I would think a bridge being blown up is like a sign of escalation, which would send the markets down. But this one, it spiked up. What did oil do anything on that news? Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. So on that news, I would think, so maybe it wasn't the bridge. Who knows? Do you see what I mean? Like, you got to just follow the charts. Do you see what I mean about the market and everything is just kind of like, who knows? Hi, Clay. Looking at your position size tells a lot of the action has been so far. Yeah. Are you taking another trade? I don't know. 21 music. That's not how trading actually works. In theory, nobody can ever say, I'm going to take another trade. Because that would imply that you know you're going to get another setup. No, you don't know if you're going to get another setup. Now, of course you might. You might try to be trading, but to be able to say, I'm going to make another trade. I mean, you might make another trade, but there's no guarantees it's actually a good trade. And I'm defining a good trade as one that actually is your setup. So no, I can't sit here and say that I'm going to make another. I'm going to try. I'm going to try to make another trade, but am I going to make another trade? I don't know, because I don't know if a good setup will show up for me. So yes, if you are under the impression that a trader can sit there and know that they're going to take another trade, that's not quite how it should work. Only thing about you don't get to see. Yeah, well, again, that Steve-O, that's yeah, but yeah. I mean, even if I concede you're like, I don't know, let's say you're getting 3% cash back, which would be crazy, but like that the math still doesn't math in your favor. You know what I mean? Maybe you're saying that kind of in jest, or I think that's the right word, but I think the buyers will dry up as the day goes on. Long weekend and oil keeps. We had this discussion earlier, Z-Man. Technically, the weekend doesn't start though tonight. Technically, the weekend starts tomorrow at 9:15 a.m. Eastern. Because again, that's when the market's closed tomorrow at 9:15 a.m. Eastern. Now, maybe you're saying, yeah, but nobody's going to be around tomorrow for that. And so in that case, I can see what you're saying too. But like, I guess that's a more in-depth question. When does the weekend actually technically start? Does it start at the end of today? Because tomorrow doesn't really count because it's one of those weird days. Maybe. Finna bounce. Small bull run. Next two candles. Finna? What's Finna? We will in the EU. 9 a.m. Eastern is like 3 p.m. Yeah, and like I said, I plan on being here. I'll stream a little bit tomorrow morning. Again, will I make any trades? I don't know. We'll have to see if any good setups show up. I mean, odds are I'll probably make a trade, but I can't say that in a guaranteed way. All right. Okay, this trend line. I kind of want to leave that line down there. Let's just put another one here so I can kind of. So right here seems to be kind of the near-term resistance. Right here we had a clump rejecting it. Then that's where that weird spike came from, and then that level went right back to acting as resistance. So yeah, about 160 seems to be a key breakout point here. I don't know if I want to wait. Maybe I'll try to anticipate it. All right, let's do this. If the price comes down here and then starts to head back up, I'll try to grab a long right around here. But that's my requirement. I want to see it first come down here and then come back up, and I will try a long, and then maybe we can try to ride it up to that level. And even if it never rejects that level. And when I say we, I mean me and the voices in my head, because I'm not. You got to think for yourself. So anytime I say we, I mean me and all the voices that live in my mind. Yeah, maybe. Well, at this point, it's looking like it's going to be irrelevant because it's not coming back down. But we'll see what happens. That's my game plan. Put my first cattle prop trade on. That way I can't trade it. Well, what's even a tick like? What's the tick worth on cattle? I can't say I've even looked at a cattle chart before. Market is closed tomorrow though. Incorrect, James. It is closing early tomorrow, but it's not totally closed tomorrow. The market closes. Well, here we go. Here's one of the emails I got a little bit earlier. There we go. 9:15 a.m. Eastern is when they close. Every dollar is worth $400. So, okay, so that sounds pretty aggressive there then. Like every point is worth $400. I think that's what you're saying. All right, well, it did not come back down. Just decided to go. Now I'm trying to decide, do I actually want to try to play the break? Buy the break right here. I don't know. There's been so many fake breaks today. And then also, if I'm buying right there, where's a decent spot to put my stop? I don't see anything for that. I mean, down here. But if I'm getting long here at, let's just call it 60 to keep the math easy, and my stop is down here at basically 20, that's a 40-point stop. I don't know if I want to put on a 40-point stop. What may be stabilizing market odds? Polymarket's military action against Iran ends. Buy. Oh, market shows a 40% probability. I had a buddy send me a tweet, and somebody made a ton of money on Polymarkets by, I think, betting that the war was going to start. And then that same person put $800,000 that there was going to be boots on the ground. 800,000. Let me see that. Boots on the ground. Poly. Let's see if this brings it up. If I'm remembering that right. Okay, yeah, right here. Okay. I think. Okay, that's not a... Anyways, there is a... Okay, right here. Okay. No, I don't want to join. Why can't I look at what I want to look at real quick? Anyways, right here, I'll just... The same wallet that was right about the timing on the U.S. So, yeah, the same wallet that was right about the timing on the U.S. strike in Iran just put an $800,000 bet on boots on the ground in Iran. And this was 18 hours ago. So, I don't know, man. Like, if you're one of those, like, insider trading type of people, and I don't think you're crazy at all to have that as a theory, that, like, there's inside information, like, hey, if you, that seems like a valuable data point to you. Auction at 1? I don't know. Is there? I don't think so, but I guess I don't know. Is there an auction? Is there a note auction at 1? How's everyone's March mat? I saw one stat out there that, like, it was a super, like, almost, I think there's only one bracket left. After Iowa went to the Sweet 16, or maybe it was the final, the grade 8, whatever they call the 8. The Elite 8, excuse me. There was a crazy stat that as soon as Iowa did that, it, like, eliminated every single bracket except one. Which is crazy. Especially when, what was there, like 68 million brackets out there? Probabilities and statistics is so crazy. No better way than to just show how hard, like, just statistically, to have a perfect bracket. Okay, here's trivia. I'm curious. Has there ever been a perfect bracket? In the history of, like, the NCAA tournament, has there ever been a perfect bracket? There's no auction? Okay, thank you. Okay, I might try a long down here. I wouldn't think so, but I don't know. It is theoretically possible. Okay, gonna try a long right here. There is a bull pennant here. So that's essentially what I'm trying to play, is the bull pennant. Will the bull pennant work out? Well, hindsight will be our judge. Are those lines VWAPs? No, these are just lines I put to kind of map out some key levels I'm watching. All right. I could try down here. Yeah, let's do this. A little risky because I won't have any confirmation. Well, I have confirmation in the sense of it's bounced from here 3 times before. We have the 21. Please don't dump through. 4th time's a charm. Come on. 4th time's a charm. Let's go. Fill me. No! Dude, if this thing bounces after... Okay, come on. Come on. How are you not filling me? Okay, there we go. I'm filled. Now, risky in the sense of I didn't really have any confirmation that I wanted to be strong, but like I said, it's bounced off this area a couple times before. There we go. Got that one out. Push up some more, brother. All right, there we go. Got that one out. Let's make sure this is a winning trade. So I'll put my stop right here, and I'll let this final one cook. So I won't get too aggressive with the stop anymore at this point, but I at least want to make sure this is a green trade. So I'm long, and I've taken my profits. But now let's see if this thing just wants to bounce. Yes, I know my stop is very tight, but I want to just make sure that it's a green trade. So I do need it to bounce pretty favorably. But hey, in this market, I don't think anybody would be shocked if this candle here really just starts to kind of go straight back up. But yeah, I am in the sweet spot of trading. It's not a question of if I make money right now, but how much money am I going to make? So I like these situations. I like these circumstances. If you've never been in this spot, get there. It's fun to be in this. Okay. All right. Stopped out. But the mechanics were there, right? I was positioned. I was ready. If that thing was ready to make a nice smooth move back upwards, I was ready to enjoy the ride, but it just didn't. But the mechanics were there. Hey, thank you, Goose. And thank you again for using code Clay. I appreciate it. Just accidentally went long 15 minis. 15 minis? Huh? You're cooked. Are you cooked, Kyle? You're definitely cooked. Well, I guess I don't know. Did you pull it? Did you get out on that bounce? Uh-oh. Kyle, blink twice if you're okay. What's the time? 18 minutes, Zach. Hide the kids before you check it out, Zach. Did you hear me? Hide the women and the children. I closed right away. Down 13.90. Well, that was a good call, Kyle, because had you not, you'd be cooked. All right, well, back. Okay. Let's see. I am going to try to catch a knife. There's no need to lie about it. I'm going to try to catch a knife. But I am going to try to do it responsibly. And not at some sort of, random area. This area, generally speaking, has produced some bounces before. Does that mean it'll produce a bounce again? Of course not. But if I'm buying right here, like I said, no need to lie to me or anybody else. I am trying to catch a knife. But within the nuance of knife catching, is this just a random area to try? No, there's some logic behind it, but it is still a knife catch. In fact, I'm going to come down a little bit more, brother. Put my stop down here. So there we go. There's the trade plan. Looking to buy at the green line. Stop is at the red line. And we'll see if it wants to, if this history here wants to repeat itself. Is it a bull flag on the 15 minutes? I don't know. I'm not. We're looking at the 2 minute here. Now, in my opinion, which is certainly not always right, longs here, I mean, to me, I don't know what you're looking at. This just seems kind of like random areas. Once you get down around in this congestion area, okay, it makes a little bit more sense to me. Good thawing. You have on metal gloves. Good thing. I think you mean good thing, probably. Never a perfect bracket. Best is 49 games before a loss. Interesting. Yeah. Okay, here's the next question. What are the odds of, it's a 1 in what? What are the odds of a perfect bracket? There's the follow-up question. Is this a short, though? That's what I also have to keep an eye on. This seems like it's got some strength behind it. Now, of course, in this market, I don't think anybody would be shocked if it's like, no, just kidding, we're going straight back up. So if that were to happen, I could have a losing, or I would have a losing short-sided trade. But yeah, maybe I'll try a short. I'll still leave these, this target down here and this trade plan, but maybe on its way down if I can get some shorts. Okay, now I'm seeing two different numbers. 9.2 quadrillion. I might try a short here, yeah, and I can just put my stop right here. So see if I can capture the momentum. So yeah, if that red line turns blue, I'm in. Okay, never mind, because now my risk profiles, I guess I can move up my entry a little bit more. Pam Bondi out. Is that news or what are you saying there, Matt? Bulls don't have flags. All right, well, I'm glad I waited for confirmation on that one because straight back up. At least relative to this candle, straight back up. Ooh. Ooh. All right, yeah, I'm doing it. Don't judge me. Short there, boom. Stop right here. 21 EMA, I can hide behind that. Okay, I'm in. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That looks like it's a pretty big spike. But it can, no, that one, wow. Like I said, if this is going to be one of these candles that essentially goes straight back up, I will have at least a losing trade. And there it is. Do I try again, though? Or is this a revenge trade? Not a revenge trade. That actually makes good sense. It just got rejected off the 50 period. But I chose poorly. I chose the 21 EMA, and it actually wanted to, at least for now, struggle with the 50. Now, this is also one of these things where scalpers would have been fine there. But if you're looking for a bigger rollover, those shorts might be getting ready to get kicked out of the trade if this, like I said, just continues to go straight back up. Red for, yes, that last trade was a losing trade, James. I'm assuming anybody that was maybe looking for a bigger rollover probably has their stop up above that candle, bare minimum, I would think. So I'm not willing to say that any of the rollover traders are out of the trade yet. So they might still be okay. And there they go. But I'm very tempted to get short right here because at this point, I mean, in this market, why wouldn't it? Why wouldn't this green candle now all of a sudden just get wiped away in one candle? I mean, why not? At this point, that would not be shocking. And in a lot of situations, you'd be like, man, that's crazy. That's crazy. Big green candle and a big red candle. Why is it crazy? Well, because it's out of the norm. But in this environment, I don't think that would be crazy because that just seems to be like the normal thing. Big green candle, hey, why not? Why not have the next candle just wipe it away? Oh, so what's going on with Bondi? She's fired? Or she resigned? Yeah, thank you, Frank. There is a 5-minute hammer. Uh-oh. Like I said, rollover shorts. I'm thinking stop probably up around here. I mean, some of them, they'd have to have very small position size to be getting short around here with a stop way above there because, I mean, they're looking at least a 40, 30-point stop. Just your run-of-the-mill 50-point run. Yeah, exactly. Just another. Like this candle here, what was the range on this thing? From 100 up to a high of 35. So yeah, just a 35-point bounce. Clay, will I please give you a nickname? Don't you already have a nickname? You're Matty Futures, man. You already have a good nickname. I like your name, Matty Futures. That's cool. Okay, I got it. This is just a data point for me. I don't really want to disclose it because it'll make me sound stupid. But hey, whatever. I was very close to getting short. I'm like, okay, if this thing wants to come back down, I think I might grab it short. Look where I would have gotten short, like at a very bad spot. Oh, boy. I probably shouldn't disclose. That's okay. Whatever. That is a trick, though. Like, there's really no reason to lie to yourself. Like, if you were really thinking something and then that proves to be wrong, isn't that a good data point? It is. It is a good data point. Don't lie to yourself like I want to do right now and be like, oh, no, I didn't actually mean that. No, you were right on the edge of potentially getting short there. So that's a very valuable data point to me because now I can be like, you better be careful, Clay, because this market is kind of like you are not totally in step with it. Clay, please give me a nickname. Dixon is a great name. You definitely. I'm not gonna nickname over Dixon. I like that name. Although is Dixon, I like the name, but I guess I don't know. Is that a maybe it's both. Could a guy and a girl be Dixon? I don't know. Dixon, guy or girl name. Let's see. I like the name, though, without doubt. Dixon is primarily a boy's name. Of English and Scottish. We're going to St. Michael's? Which means son of Richard. I like Dixon, though. That's a strong name. That's a strong name. No, I'm not going to nickname over a strong name like that, brother. Okay, so Bondi has been fired. Gotcha. Yeah, I do have a... Thank you. Thank you. I do have this order down here. I'm not totally worried about it because I still like the trade plan, and I have a stop on it. So, I still need to be careful, though, because what happens if, like, the price just keeps grinding, and then I just completely forget about it, and then I get filled, like, right before the market closes today, and then it never stops me out, and then I violate the rule of being in a trade before, so, yeah, I guess, yeah, I better cancel that out. Yeah, there is actually a little bit of logic that goes with that. But anyways, I like that name, Dixon. If there's ever a number 7 for us, I'm going to consider that. I can't find anything saying she's fired. Just a convo about it. All right. Bondi not fired. Hey, Clay, just passed my... Hey, good job. There you go. Fantastic, Zorro. Good job. Now, if you want to do the racehorse model, you'll want to get another test started. And I'm not saying will be the case, Zorro, but just keep in mind this. If when you get that pro account, if you find yourself trading scared, immediately stop. Immediately stop with that pro account. Fire up a test account and get another one passed. Because my guess would be the reason why you're trading scared is because you're going to be thinking, man, I don't want to have to go through the test phase again. So let me be extra cautious. AK, now I'm going to be scared trading this one. So I'm not saying you will be scared, but that's what I struggled with when I first got started. That first, those past ones, I clammed up because I was scared. And I was scared because I didn't want to have to go through the test phase again. So just be careful of that. And the other thing that you'll want to be careful of, if you only have that one account, and if you blow it, and if you're on tilt, which you're going to be irritated. It's never fun to blow up a pro account. You don't want to be tempted to hit that pro reset of $1,500. Financial juice lagging. What is the most difficult prop firm account? No, I think trailing drawdown is an overrated negative thing. Now, if you're like, no, I'm not changing anything. I'm here to hit home runs. Then yeah, a trailing drawdown can get very, very bad. But the reason why I think a trailing drawdown is good in kind of a weird way is essentially it forces you to take base hits. But what I think a lot of people discover is like, okay, fine, I have to take base hits. I like to go for home runs, but I guess if it's the best way to take base hits, I'll do base hits. And then those people discover in the process, holy smokes, base hits, yeah, they're not home runs, but goodness, base hits can add up pretty quickly. And I think it actually opens those people's eyes up to really just the power of base hits. Yes, I realize from the social media standpoint, screw base hits. I mean, you're not going to be posting any sort of huge gains, but like base hits do add up. And then if you eventually start to throw in copy trading, then they add up that much quicker. What do you think about, I use Take Profit Trader. They're who I use. They're who I always recommend. I think they're the king of the business. So it would be my argument. I don't have anything against Apex. I have a code with Apex, code Clay. But I would just say I think Take Profit Trader needs to, like, you should only be talking about Apex, in my opinion, if you already have 5 Take Profit Trader accounts maxed out. Like, if you have your 5 pros with Take Profit Trader, fine. I realize at that point, if you want to build your empire, you will have to expand to other prop firms. Yeah, so like Zorro is already discovering that. So and that'll bode you very well in the test or in the pro phase with the trailing drawdown, Zorro. Just keep doing what you already been doing. Yeah, now we have like this little miniature choppy range. Very difficult stuff right here. I mean, it doesn't want to roll over, yet it doesn't want to really break out to the upside either. Except now. Now it'll probably go straight up since I said that. Hey, if you're enjoying this in any way, shape, or form, if you don't mind hitting that like button, that would be amazing. Are there at least 9? Do I have at least 9 Knight in Shining Armors to push this up over 200? Are there at least 9 people that could be my Knight in Shining Armor to help the stream out, get this up over 200? Okay, there's the move. Why MNQ is going up and crude oil down? Well, no, that one does make sense. Oh, okay, yeah. I don't know. Nothing makes sense right now. I think that's why the market's so hard. There's so much uncertainty. Grok says Bondi fired. Wow. Okay. Like I said, I had this mapped out. Ooh. Do I try a short here? Is this a fake breakout? I might take a swing at it if it wants to hit that yellow line again. I'll throw an order right here for a short, but it's got to hit that yellow line again. Again, price has got to go up and hit that yellow line, and then I'll throw in a short right here. Maybe this is a dumb requirement. Maybe I should be getting short right now because it's about to roll over, but hey, hindsight will be my judge. Okay, there we go. My stop will be right there if I get filled. So red line looking to get filled for a short. Idea that this is just a fake breakout of these highs here. Again, if the red line turns blue, I'm in. I am in. Okay. Put my first target there. Or do I just take the scalpy scalp? I think I'm taking that scalpy scalp. I'll take the scalpy scalp. But yes, I don't know if that was the right move. I'm going to say that was the wrong move. I should still be in. My stop should still be up here. So let's see. There we go. I disclosed it. That was in my mind. I've now thrown it publicly. That is what I'm thinking. I should still be short. My stop should still be right there. So in a weird way, I hope I get stopped out there. That way it shows that I made the right decision. But in the bad way, holy crap, that just means I misread everything. Because the thing that I did do, I thought was wrong. So think about that. That's not good. So in a sick and twisted way, I want to see this come down. Because at least that would reassure me that my thought process was right. Yeah, well, yeah, it'll be a buzzkill because... All right. They see, that's spooky. That is spooky. So I did do the... Think about that. Why is trading hard? I mean, because I had diarrhea of the mouth and told you everything. The thing that was right to do, I thought was wrong to do. Think about that. The thing that was right to do, I thought was wrong to do. That's how you know when you're kind of jacked up in the market. Yeah, but but when I made those claims, I didn't have hindsight. When I made that claim about I think I should still be in, I still didn't know what was going to happen at that point. So like hindsight technically had nothing to do with that one. Dude, if this dumps now, oh man, you're going to have people livid. You're going to have people... Because think about it, there are shorts that, logically speaking, fair idea. It's been rejected from this area here, fake breakout here or here. So to think that move there, you got to think knocked out a bunch of those shorts. Because that was, think about it, that was spiking for a second, probably knocked people out. Now if this dumps, you're going to roll down your window. The wails of agony and the cuss words that you've never even heard before because they're just newly invented are from shorts that just got kicked out of the trade. Like I said, if this thing dumps, roll down your window. Well, if you have kids around, don't roll down your window. Oh boy, don't do it to the shorts. And then I suppose I don't feel as bad for the longs because if you're a long and you're like buying up here, you're kind of already chasing at that point. So, I don't know if that was necessarily a logical trade plan. But for the shorts, I can see you getting in here. I can see you getting stopped out because of that candle. So if this dumps, oh boy. Oh boy. Oh, is Bitcoin moving right now? Man, I haven't looked at Bitcoin in a long time. Okay, people said nice move. I'm like, what nice move? But let's bring it down to the 5 minute. Oh, yeah, okay. But overall, all things considered, Bitcoin kind of just chilling. There is OB right there, up there. It's fighting the level. What is OB? There is a OB right there. What's OB? I know what BO is. But what is OB? Don't do it to the shorts. Don't do it. Don't do it to the shorts, please. I feel for them. These are MNQ trades. How do I trade on the chart? You just click. And then you can have the choice. This market is making me question everything I... Yes. Yeah. Do not dump. For the shorts' sanity's sake. Now, for people that are... there might be some of you that are just getting... In fact, I might try a short here. This is suggesting that it might want to come back down. We'll see, though. All right, this is what I want. I want to see it. Okay, let's do this. I don't have too many lines. So this... Okay, this won't clutter it up too much. Okay, I want to see the price come up here and hit the yellow line. If it does that, I'm going to put in a short order down around here, and then I can throw my stop. But I first want to see it come up and hit that. Which, again, with hindsight, maybe I should just be getting short right now. Maybe this is a stupid requirement. Only time will tell. Yep, you did. Sorry, I'm not JRG. I'm not sure what that's in reference to. In short, 68. All right. Stop, 78. I appreciate you throwing out the trade plan publicly so we can see how it goes. All right, here we go. Maybe for me. Or do I just try to short here and then just put my stop right? That's a tiny stop. Maybe that's the better thing. Short here. So look for like a double top right there. So if I get short there at 77 and my stop is right there. Yes, I'm talking to myself. That's about a 5-point stop with slippage. Let's call it 7 points. So if I got in short here, I'm risking about 7 points. Is that the better way to go about it? Maybe it won't matter because it just dumps right here. Is that what you're doing, rookie? If that's what you're doing, I'll do it. But if you're not willing to do it, then you actually don't believe in all these yeses you're giving me. But if you're putting on that trade, I'll join you, brother. I'll join a man with some conviction. But if you're not putting on the trade, boy, all you're doing is flapping some lips over there. So you putting on that trade? No, I'm done for the day. Well, then, with all due respect, shut it. Because it's easy to flap your lips if you don't have any more risk on the table. Darn it, I was hoping you were going to do it. I was hoping you actually had some confidence in what you're typing. I mean, you typed yes 4 times. Man, the lip flappers. Lip flapper. Can't stand them. Cannot stand lip flapping. Well, not looking like that's going to happen anyways. We'll see, though. Full port short. You got it, Christopher. I'm doing it. You can go on right now, short Ganto, the LTF, and see if any intermediate highs is I have no idea what you just said. Yo, can go on, get hit now, short Ganto, LTF, and okay, dude. That's a strategy that I've never heard of before, but I will tell you this. That sounds intense. That sounds like an intense strategy. I don't know anything that you're talking about, brother. All I know is you are way smarter than I am, Pratik. Pratik is trading and launching rockets at the same time. Okay, let's see what happens here. Well, I might short here. All right. Well, that makes me feel a little better. I would not have been filled there. It would have been very close because remember I was thinking about putting an order at that yellow line, but to be fair, yes, it's easy. Like, oh look, I was right. It rejected off. No, it didn't reject off it because it didn't actually hit it. So therefore, I would not have been actually filled there. You can go right now short if any LTF high is LTF high. What are you talking about? Again, your abbreviations are too cool for me. I don't know what an LTF high is. Okay, I'm going to go short here. No. Stay, keep. Okay, good. Pop up some more. Pop up some more. I want to see it hit this yellow line, the high. Lower time frame. So are you taking that trade, Pratik? Are you in on that trade already? Man, if we revisit the orange line up here, which when I started the live stream, I had several trades. Are we about to get some more from the, again, that orange line represents the previous session close. I am out since the Asian session short. Just watching right now. Okay, so what is up with all you lip flappers all of a sudden? Hey, man, do this. Hey, man, do that. Are you going to do it? Well, no. Man, you got to love the lip flappers. Okay, Rookie, you definitely have no ground to stand on if our lip flapping. When I was like, I don't know, should I do that? You typed yes 4 times. I was like, oh, wow, man, you must be confident. Are you going to do it? No. I mean, if you had typed yes just once, maybe I'd have let that ship sail. But you're like, yes. Come on, brother. I love how the one dude's like, man, go short so you lose money. It's like, what are you talking about, crackhead? There's 10 points right there from the short side. I do sometimes wonder, because, like, it's crazy on a live stream how I can be talking about to somebody from, like, on the other side of the world. But, like, there's a very credible threat. Like, I could be talking to, like, a crackhead right now. Like, some of you, like, I say it jokingly, but the more I thought, I'm like, dude, for all I know, this dude is cracked out and he just decides to hop on a live stream. Like, I don't know. That's how crazy live streaming is. And you're a penny pincher. Dang right I'm a penny pincher, boy. What are you, a degenerate spender? Yeah, I'm a penny pincher. I'll even go as far as calling me a cheapskate. I am a cheapskate. And I'm proud of it. After this, I'm going to go clip some coupons. What do you think about them apples? Well, hopefully the apples have a coupon. Because then I'm going to buy them apples. Why are you so reactive? I don't know. Maybe because I'm trying to be entertaining on a live stream so more people watch and then more people use code Clay and then I make more money. I don't know. But could that have anything to do with it? Grand Spire. Some people do not have a single business bone in their body. Not one. Not even their pinky finger. There's no business bone in there. Not a single business bone. Not even one. Why is this guy always angry? Why is he always animated? The clue is in the bottom right-hand corner. There's a clue there. If you can't pick up on the clue, then my guess is the little pinky finger, you don't have a business. Not a single business bone. Not even right there. You'll never lose money taking profits. Well, I mean, I like the essence of that, but that attitude can also get you with a 95% win rate, and you're still not profitable. I'm gonna go clip coupons. Absolutely. Give me a 5 if you're a coupon clipper. So making loud sounds is your business model. I mean, it's got you here right now talking to me, doesn't it, Grand Spire? It's got you here, doesn't it? It's got you here helping the algorithm, doesn't it? Got him, coach. Got him, coach. Man, some of these people, it's like, they're like my little puppets. They're like my little balls of putty. The dude is interacting with me, therefore helping the algorithm. And he's like, you think that's a good business model? I don't know. Seems to be. I got you talking to me, don't I, boy? I hear that all the time. It's you can't go broke taking profit. And again, I appreciate the essence of it. Like it's I get it. Like it's something to help you out. Let's not get greedy, stuff like that. So it's coming from a good place. I'm just saying there is that other part of it where it's like, yeah, but that can also lead to a pathway of a 95% win rate and not being profitable. If making goofy sound, oh boy, you stick around. I got plenty of goofy sound for you, brother. You just stick around. They're all goofballs. Okay. Well, okay. But hey, if you're looking for goofy sounds, don't worry. Not only am I a goofball, I'm a dented baboon goofball. I got sounds your mother warned you about when you were a kid. All right, you just stick around. You're gonna hear sounds and you're gonna have flashbacks to your childhood, and being like, man, my mom warned me about those sounds. You're gonna hear them here, boy. You just wait. Oh, Grant, some people are so jealous. Some people are so jealous. Let me guess, Grandpa. Well, I could start a live stream if I wanted to, and there'd be 10,000 viewers, but I'm not a goofball, so therefore I'm just going to ride off into my merry sunset. I know, Grand Spire. If you really wanted to, you could start your own live stream and it'd have 10,000 viewers within 3 days. I know, brother. I know. Maybe they are trying to help you. I would take it to heart. Not take. Maybe they're trying to help you. I would not take it to heart. But wouldn't I want to take it to heart if they were trying to help me, JRG? Your statement is confusing, brother. Smart man. Great strategy. Man, you're funny. Well, okay, you're going to upset that one guy because he said being loud is not good. But now I got you telling me I'm funny. I don't know, man. I don't know. That's funny that people think I'm angry right now. If there was ever a time that I was angry, it would have been this morning at the 18-minute mark. That was anger mixed in with disappointment, mixed in with kind of some sadness. Right now, this is fun. So yes, if you think I'm angry right now, you're misreading the situation. Maybe along here, we're reaching the lows. We're reaching the 21 EMA. Brad, for all that is good and holy, just go back to the 18-minute mark. That's the thing, Robo. What I don't know. It goes back to the whole. Please, parents, get your kids in sports or get your kids in a situation where somebody may have a little bit of passion. Because I raise my voice a little bit and people default to, wow, this guy's angry. It's like, what? Huh? Please. You can always tell who never grew up playing any sports or something. You can tell who the sheltered people are. Oh, this man raised his voice. There's no way it could be passion. It's just anger. You remind me of the man on Tombstone that got his ear twisted and drug out. I've only seen Tombstone once, so I don't get the reference. Yeah, David. Yeah, exactly. Okay, stop talking to me, everybody. I know I asked you to talk to me, and I get mad when the chat goes silent, but stop talking. But keep talking, please. I might do along here. Yeah, hit that line. Good. Okay, if it goes back up, see if we can bounce off the 21 EMA here. All right, never mind. I'm glad I waited for confirmation. We are still bleeding. All right, back to the drawing board. Oh, good grief. Well, remember the guy that got all bent out of shape was like literally saying, well, just go short so you can lose some money. He was, you can't make this, like he was literally commenting all that stuff up here as if like that would have made no sense at all. Ignore the clowns. We are here for trading. Well, yeah, but the clowns make it fun. And as I've said, like if you want me to talk trading for 4 hours straight, that sounds miserable to me. Like I need some mental derails. Like talking 4 hours straight, 5 days a week, like 20 hours straight of trading talk, that does not sound fun. So yeah, the clowns give me a little bit of a mental reprieve. Do you check the higher candles? I think if you mean by that like higher time frames, yes, I have other time frames over here. That's what my wife says about, oh man, did you just call that guy a girl? Okay, if you don't get this quote, it's borderline you may not be American. You play ball like a girl. Name the movie. Again, if you don't get that quote and you're in America, I don't know if America is a place for you. Thomas Otto, where have you been? Where'd the beard come from? Dude, I've had the beard for like, I don't know, I started growing it 7 minutes ago. Correct, Sandlot. Wait. Neil, you're a movie director and you didn't know that quote? You should be fired ASAP. How are you a movie director out in California and you don't know that quote? Let me talk to your boss. Give me the CEO's number at Warner Brothers. Lawrence of Arabia. Yes, correct. Lawrence of Arabia. That's what it was. I mean, I'm still interested in that original trade plan down here, but is there anything beforehand? I could train you if you like. Train me in what? Jiu-jitsu? Knife catch at 50? Yeah, you're not crazy. I guess, I don't know, where would you put a stop? Probably down here. So I don't know. Okay, if you're getting long there at 30, your stop's down there. I mean, that's still a good 15-point stop. Seems to just be riding POC right now. Yeah, your strategy is beyond my understanding. I don't know what you're talking about, but I am also just an idiot using the KISS method here. I gotta keep it simple, stupid. That's my strategy because I am a dented baboon. Chop suey. We're making higher lows and bouncing off the 21 EMA and the 5 minute. That is true. Good. That's actually pretty interesting. We are at the 5 minute 21 EMA. Okay. NQ overcome it. I think he might be short. Keep going down. Keep going. I have a sneaky suspicion that he might be short right now. How to learn this KISS strategy? Well, by keeping things stupid. By keeping things simple. I don't know. Maybe you got to keep them stupid too. All right. I am interested here. But I want to see it first come down a little bit through the purple line. And then if it comes back up, I will look to try to grab along. So step one, I want to see it drop slightly below that purple line. Why didn't I short? Because you didn't tell me to. I was waiting for your signal. You're missing your short. What is my short? No, I'm looking for a long right now. And it did not give me what I wanted. What I wanted was the price to drop below the purple line and then come back up for my long. Don't grab, brother, trust me. Don't grab? Don't grab what? What if it's my wife's buttocks? You tell me not. What are you talking? You got to give context. Don't grab. But what if it's my wife's butt? You tell me not to grab it? What kind of dent are you? Oh, don't grab long position. Oh, okay. I mean, context matters, brother. You got to specify. Why, dude? Do you realize how bad that advice was? Don't grab long position as we're staring at a big green candle. Huh? I mean, I gave you a chance to lie, and like, you could have said, I mean, okay, let me take a step back. I applaud your honesty. Because you had a chance to like define don't grab as something that would not be what it was. But for you to concede you meant don't grab long as you're staring at a big green candle for me, I applaud your honesty. You are typical rage baiting streamer, bro. I don't know. I guess that would depend on how you define a rage baiting streamer. But you're literally the one. Again, I am trying to applaud you. I appreciate your honesty. But, I mean, you know full well, you were literally saying, don't grab along, bro, as all this was happening, as it continues to go green. So, again, I applaud your honesty. I'm trying to find a middle ground. You lost 2 positions to be reading Clown, sir. That's fine. That's fine. Oh, by the way, this also cues up. I talked about this yesterday, but let me tell you, with the way things have been going this week, and especially earlier this morning, thank you to all the wealthy people in the world that have taught multiple streams of income. And what made me think about it is, yeah, maybe I did miss some money-making trades, but that's okay. That's okay. My life is not dependent on trading income here. I have many streams of income. So yes, get out there, build multiple streams of income. That's what everybody should want to be a full-time. I want to be a full-time trader. No, wrong. Say, I want to be a full-time income stream creator, and I want trading to be one of those streams of income. So in other words, that's okay. If I miss a couple trades because I'm, goofing around with some clown, that's okay. I'll be all right. Okay, all right. What I was going to say is if this wants to bounce up a little bit and then come down, I was going to look for it to grab it short, but it just shot right down. All right, maybe we get another long down around this area. What other streams of income do I have? I invest in real estate. I have claytrader.com. I have the YouTube. I have the live stream. I do some like private lending, which is by far I think that is a great end goal to get into the private lending game. And then like banks, if you can find that's all banks do, right? Obviously, is they lend money. Oh man, the banks, dude, let's go. Anyways, dividend portfolio. I do foot modeling. Any feet you've ever seen in an ad is my foot. I am a foot model. Yeah. So you're a loan shark? With some of the real estate, yeah. I mean, if you want to call me that. But I've only ever gotten thank yous. As I tell the younger generation, hey, personal finances, budgeting, it's important. because you don't want to have to deal with me. If you have to deal with me, that's not good. But yes, people are actually thankful for me because I still give them a chance. Now, they are higher risk, and you should all know this as traders. With higher risk, you need what? Higher reward. Hence, that's where the higher interest rates come into play. They are deemed a risky asset. Therefore, if I'm going to take a risk on them, I need to have my upside reward there. If you want to call that loan sharking, I guess fine. I'm just calling that risk versus reward. But yes, keep your credit in order, folks, because the normal banks that will give you a good credit, think about it. That's all a credit score is. It's a risk analysis tool, right? If you turn yourself into somebody that is considered high risk, you're going to have to pay for it, right? Because the people that are going to work with you, they need a higher reward because you're higher risk. Yeah, well, I like, so for example, my brother-in-law, yeah. I mean, if people need loans, like, okay, here's why real estate's great. If you lend money, if you're just the lender and you do it right, you actually want the person to default. Like you want in a sick and twisted way, you want the person to default. So, for example, and I'll just make the math. Like if there's a property worth 80 and you're like, okay, I'm going to lend you 60 on it, just to make example. Okay, fine. You actually want that person to not pay you because if they don't pay you, guess what you get to do? You get to take the asset, right? Because that's what a mortgage is. It's attached to a physical thing. So they don't pay me, great. I'll go take the asset for 60 and then I'll sell it for 100. And then boom, I actually just made 40K. So that's why banks and lenders, one done right, I think it's Kevin O'Leary, Mr. Wonderful, that says it. The debt holders are the smartest people on the balance sheet, right? Because if you don't pay, who cares? They'll just get the assets and they can sell them to recoup their cost. So, talk market analysis, please. Can somebody put that guy in timeout? I don't have time for that nonsense. We're all here talking because here's the assumption I'm under. All the people here are hustlers, grinders. They're not like, well, I just want to ever focus on one stream of income. No, I think my assumption is that all of you are curious people. You're hustlers, you're grinders. So yeah, you might find some of this real estate stuff interesting. That's the assumption I'm under. So Tobias, if you're that dented where you're like, just talk about trading, I don't want to learn anything else that's actually pretty practical to money making, then I need a break from you, brother. Like that is my assumption about all of you here. You're all hustlers and grinders, and that maybe you might find some benefit to hearing about other ways to make money. Because I assume that's why you're in trading, because you want to make money. If that is a wrong assumption, and you're like, no, I don't want to hear about other ways to make money, just talk to markets. It's like, you're very detached. And I'm not quite sure we're on the same page. I've made more money, hey, Bald Eagle, than trading. But I do think that is a good end place to go for, is private lending. Now, of course, people I lend with, it's usually family and friends. So I don't actually, and I would work with them. But like at the end of the day, just from a strictly math perspective, you actually, if done right, you want the person to default so you can go and get the asset. Okay, here we go. My trade was I wanted a long down here. So let's get this trade plan back in place. And then my stop is right down here. Okay, here we go. I had this trade plan down during this move right here. So we had to sit through all that. But now with this move coming back down, let's see if we can get... Now I am trying to catch a knife. As I mentioned earlier, there's no need to lie about it. I'm not going to lie to myself. I am totally trying to catch a knife here. But is this a random knife catch or is there some logic? In my mind, there's some logic. What is that logic? Well, I mean, it's bounced from here a few times before. Doesn't mean it'll bounce again. That's why I have a stop loss. But I don't think this is a random knife catch area. But it is still a knife catch nonetheless. So let's see what happens here. Okay, here we go. Getting close. If this green line turns blue, I am in. Imagine if this ends up flushing out to the near. I mean, if this dumps here, it'll be a losing trade. Your stop is too close. Give it room. No, I'm all set, brother. Thank you. If for your strategy, if this stop is too close, more power to you. But yeah, for me, this stop makes good sense. All right, here we go. Maybe kind of, sort of. This will be my first target if I get filled. Okay, here we go. Maybe. Let's see how the knife catch plays out. Nobody that's a lender wants the asset. I mean, I do. If I loan money on something, again, to keep the math, if something's worth 100 and I loan 60 on it, why would I not want the asset? So I can sell it, so I can get it for 60,000 and sell it for 100. Why would I not want to do that? No, so close, yet oh so far away. All right, now I'm not interested. Why am I not interested? Well, now if I'm buying there, think about what that implies. That implies this green candle has failed, and I'm not looking to buy as a green candle is failing. Clay, you should have bought it at that low right there. You're right in hindsight. I chose poorly. Closure short. Oh, crap. You're right. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks, Bald Eagle. I appreciate that. I left that order out there, didn't I? Simon, the amount of capital, because I'm in a prop firm, is basically nothing. So just very quickly, if you want to get started, the amount of capital required with Take Private Trader would be $90. Because $90 gets you 25K in purchasing power, which allows you to buy up to 3 NQs, for example, or 30 MNQ. So the capital required, that's one of the great things about prop firms. It's basically nothing. Close your stop. Thank you, Dark Angel. You and Bald Eagle. Good looking out. Thank you. I appreciate that. You caught a long at 71.5. Okay, Dixon, you are in the past right now. Thank you. Thank you for telling me to close the short, but yeah, I can tell you're watching this in the past. You think you're live, but you're not. So 90K gets you 25K. What happens if you lose 25K? You don't. The rules, you don't get to lose. The max you can lose is on the 25K, 1,500. Now, if you go and lose 1,500, you just lose the account, meaning you just lose $90 because that's what you paid for the account. Blew my account. Absolutely lost my brain today. Yeah, Johnny, if you go back and watch the 18-minute mark of today's... all right, there might be another... Okay, I got it. Okay. Okay. Yeah. All right, I'm going to try along here. Stop down here. I like it. I'll take a 6-point risk. Don't do this again. Dude, what do I got to do to catch a knife around here? So max risk, yes, exactly. Yes, that is the beautiful thing about prop firms is your risk is literally whatever you paid for the account, which is why I always say I look at prop firms accounts as just each account is a trade, right? Because any responsible trade is going to have a stop loss with the cost associated with it. So with whenever I buy an account, that account, whatever I paid for it or whatever you paid for it, that's technically the stop loss on that trade. So each account in my mind is a trade. The stop loss on the trade is just whatever you paid for it. You got to be kidding me. Look at that. All you had to do was come down just a little bit more, brother. You dirtbag. Okay, JRG. I'll give you a chance if you're honest, but I mean, I know you've been here before. You just created your name yesterday. So like what was your previous name that got banned? If you're honest, you can stick around, I guess, for now. But if you're not, we'll just ban you, and I know you'll come back again. But so like, what was your previous name out of curiosity? Let's see if JRG is going to be honest. Mods, if he says anything other than, no, this is my first time here, ban him. It's open season. Kevin, you got 4 kids? Great. Okay. Maybe a short here. Oh, wait. Was I going for 1 on that? Okay. Well, I was thinking about using that as a stop, but now the price has moved above there, so... Yeah, Randy L., if you just go to the link at the top of the screen, I mean, everything's explained there. Dude, Ethan Segura, where have you been? You're like one of the original people that would hang out here. I haven't seen you in a long time. Good to see you, brother. And by the way, Dumb Money Trader, I appreciate you explaining. Thank you for taking... That's why I say we have the best chat. Because, I mean, there's, yeah, of course, like any chat, you get the goofballs and the trolls, blah, blah, blah. But, like, there's actually genuine good people. Like, Dumb Money Trader does not have to spend time typing stuff out to try to help out Randy. But he is. Like, that's a sign of, I mean, that's just a quality human being there. And we have all sorts of people like that. I've been vacationing. Well, welcome back from vacation, dude. Best entertainment. Well, careful, Z-Man. We have some people here that they don't like. They don't like the... Be careful. Don't compliment me on that. You're going to upset some people. Dang, where'd JRG go? I know the mods are waiting to see his answer. Weird how he just disappeared. Did I see your last message? I don't think so. I was up 7K in my pro account and ended up over... Oh, no. Oh, that... Well... Learn from it, brother. Sorry to hear that. Yeah, that's not... That's not fun. But hey... On the bright side, at least you know that you can get... Not only get a pro account, but get $7,000 in a pro account. Thank you, Ethan. Seriously though, like I was, like I'd be lying if I told you like, oh man, I wonder where Ethan went. Like, so I do forget about people, but like it's weird. I saw your name in the avatar. I'm like, hey, that dude was totally here way back when. Those Bing swings are great, but yesterday and this morning it wouldn't show the newest candle on the screen because they moved so. Yeah, Jason, it was agreed. It was very fast. People only troll because they either don't have trading account or don't know. Yeah, I don't know. We've had that discussion before. It's an interesting, maybe someday I'll do a little bit more like deeper, like psychological research into it. Like scientifically speaking, why do people troll? Like because I think it's funny. Okay, I understand that, but like why does your mind find trolling funny? Like like I said, I don't know. I don't have the answer, but you've got to think that there has been some university somewhere that has done like some psychological studies on like the phenomenon of trolling. It's fun to get a reaction. Yeah, but why? Why why is it fun that you get a reaction out of annoying somebody else? Like, especially if it's in like maybe not the best time to do it. Like, that's what I'm asking. I understand it's fun, but why would something that's stealing from other people's time fun? What do you mean stealing from other people's time? Well, every second I am interacting with you as a troll when you're just trolling around is taking away my time from maybe helping somebody else out, from maybe saying something that's actually of value to somebody else. So that's what I mean. You are deriving your entertainment from stealing from the time that could be spent maybe helping somebody else out for your own enjoyment because it's fun. That's what I mean. Like why do people, I don't know. It's weird. I have no answers. I have no answers. Maybe if I find some time, it'll be an interesting discussion or an interesting thing to study out. Why do people find it fun to derive, or why do people find trolling fun? Pratik, I'll just let you know right now because there does reach a point where I at least want to be honest. Like, I'm ignoring you on purpose because I have realized that if I ignore you, the more you chirp. And the more you chirp, the better it is for the algorithm. And the better the algorithm goes, the more people that show up. And the more people that show up, I'm accomplishing my business goal. So I do want to know that I am ignoring you on purpose because I'm realizing it is helping me to grow it is helping me with the algorithm. So if you want to keep chirping, that's fine. But I just want you to know what I'm doing because I in the spirit of respecting your time, like you are literally wasting it, but helping me. So there's full disclosure there. Now you can't accuse me of like manipulating somebody. Thank you for this public service announcement. Why don't you take trade and make money instead? Well, I've been trying to take a trade. If you were watching earlier, I tried like twice to catch the falling knife. And each time, I kid you not, I guess if you don't believe me, you can just scroll back and watch, Sebastian. But like I was within like a couple points of getting filled and I didn't. So I am trying, but I can't quite get filled where I want to get filled, Sebastian. But I'm going to keep trying, my friend. Hey, Chameleon. I kind of was interested in an entry here, but I don't know where my stop. I mean, I could put it way up there, but it is slowing down a little bit on the day, right? Earlier, these distances were huge. Now we're back down to 10 points. So it is still volatile, don't get me wrong, but it's not like earlier in the day when like these size candles, like when this candle here would have been a 100-point candle, where those points are gone right now. I always thought catching the knife was chasing the move. Maybe I'm wrong. I always thought that catching a falling knife meant you're trying to buy as it comes down. But maybe I'm open to the idea. Maybe I've been wrong this whole time. That's what I always thought catching a knife was. I didn't think catching a knife was chasing it, like shorting it. Today made me quit trading. How is it even not crashing? Corruption to the max. How is it even still not? Well, I mean, it is crashing. I mean, this move here at one point was up at 180 and it came all the way down. I mean, so that's like a 110-point move right there. I mean, it came down. Yeah, that's what I thought, rookie. I always thought catching a knife was buying, like trying to time out where the bottom was. But as I reflect on it, I guess in theory, maybe I've been wrong this whole time because I guess I don't know if I ever read it like from an official source of what catching a knife means. It's trying to buy the bottom. It is pick tops. Okay, all right. It is trying to, okay, all right. So I don't know, maybe we're all still wrong, but at least maybe we're all wrong together. Don't try to catch a falling knife, though, for real in kitchen. Yeah, unless you have, like, gloves that have, like, chainmail on them. If you have a small account, let's say Huh? Well, I mean, Carlos, let me ask you this. You have $5,000, and you apparently don't... I mean, would you like to be a day trader, Carlos? If you have $5,000 and you would like to be a day trader, I do understand why you don't think you can, because you only have $5,000 in the stock market, so you're suffering from the pattern day trader rule. So I get that, but brother, if you want to be a day trader and you have $5,000, I got some good news for you. Would you like to be a day trader, Carlos? All right, I might try a short here. This 21 EMA is actually doing some work. Maybe. Okay, well, if you ever decide you want to be a day trader, I would say day trade futures through a prop firm, because you can get involved in the futures market. You could take 5,000 of that, 5,000 of your 5,000, you could take $90, get yourself 25K in purchasing power. And because there's no pattern day trading rule in futures, it doesn't matter. Like, you don't have to worry about the pattern day trading rule. So just as an FYI, if you choose that you want to do day trading futures through a prop firm. Okay, so Sebastian, right there, I'm trying. Like, I wanted to see it come up here and then come back down, and I would have tried to grab a short, Sebastian, but it didn't. Like, now it's just shooting straight up. So I'm trying for you, brother. But Sebastian, as much as I like you, I just can't throw on a random trade to appease your loins, okay? Clay, can you recommend about dealing with being stopped out and market goes... That is part of trading. It happens. It happens to me. It'll always happen to me. It'll always happen to you. You will have those moments where you get stopped out and then the move happens. That's just part of it, unfortunately. And anybody telling you otherwise, oh, you can avoid that by doing wrong answer, run the other way. That is just part of trading, my friend. That is why, that is one of those things that can send people on tilt. Right here. If you go to the link at the top of the screen, Carlos, that's what will take you here. And then if you decide to buy an account with code Clay, you're helping support the stream, feed some hungry kids, and you're saving yourself 40%. Now you can get more purchasing power. So on the other end, if you get 150K in purchasing power, that will cost you 216. But like I said, you have more purchasing power there. But yeah, I hear you though. I remember that. Like, oh man. Which is the dumbest rule? The pattern, good grief. Oh, man. But yes, I was once where you were at. Like, oh, man, if I want to be a day trader, I got to get $25,000 so I can get around this pattern day trading thing. Goodness. Again, in futures, which is what I'm trading here, there's no pattern day trading rule. Nice job, Rapper. PDT hurts smaller. It's just, yes. All PDT rule does is cause people to have to throw their money into penny stocks or small caps or low floats and blah, 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 because but that's why small caps, low floats, that stuff is so outdated. I understand why some people still push it because they've built their entire business model around it, but mathematically it is outdated. The invention of micro futures and prop firms, game changing from a day trading standpoint. Because before micro futures, like if you're a beginner trader, to tell a beginner to go trade NQ, it's like, yeah, that's probably not a thing. But now when there's MNQ, the micro, and then on top of that, trade MNQ through a prop firm, like the risk management is at a whole new level within the past, whenever micro futures were invented. So yes, literally, mathematically, makes no sense to be day trading penny stocks, small caps, low floats. But Clay, they move so big. I understand that math seems that way, but when you look at the math of how prop firms work, as I've done several times, the math ain't mathin' for sticking with small caps and all that sort of stuff. Thank you, Simon. I appreciate that. What do I think about NinjaTrader? I've used NinjaTrader. I like Tradeovate better, but that's just personal preference. So if you like NinjaTrader, use NinjaTrader. Yeah, well, rookie, to be fair, you were a total dent. You had the chance at, what did you have the chance at? $7,000 in payouts, and you're like, no, I'm gonna keep the money in the account, and then you toasted it, right? Is that the number? So in a weird way, you kind of did get a payout. I mean, you didn't get it, but you had the opportunity. What was it? Wasn't it $7,000 if I remember right? Or was it more? Was it 9? Yep, what? 7 or 9? And what account? I'm gonna do the quick math. Show these ROI numbers. So what account size was it, and how much could you have paid yourself had you chosen to take the payout and not leave it in your account? I had a 50K up. Okay, so you had 9. Okay, so you had 9. Okay, so here's how prop firms work. This is what Rookie did, and he's new to prop firm trading with futures. He bought one of these accounts. It cost him 102. Okay, so that's technically his risk, because what worst case that happens, he loses the account, which means he lost what he paid for it. So he spent 102. That is his amount invested, right? So let's do our return on investment. What is the crux of this entire calculation? Well, how much is actually at risk, right? Because that's what you're calculating a return on, what you put in harm's way. And with a prop firm, quote unquote, in harm's way was 102. And then, I mean, because he was, I guess, very transparent, he was like, man, I was up 9,000. So he was eligible to take $9,000 out of his account, that which he paid 102 for. So let's do that calculation. And I'm not trying to rub this in, Rookie, so I apologize. But here are the scam-like ROIs that are not going to be produced anywhere else in the market. He, for whatever reason, was like, no, 8,723.53% return on investment. I want more, brother. And he didn't take it. So he eventually cooked the account because he gave back all these gains and then some. So now ultimately, he just lost his 102, which is what he started with. But I mean, think about that ROI. He was staring in your, I feel really bad right now because I'm rubbing this in your face when you look at these numbers. But that's the power of prop firms. And that's why the ROIs are so scam-like, because of the ROI equation. And the ROI equation is all dependent, for the main part, on, well, how much were you risking in the first place, right? So when you go out there and like, well, I got a $30,000 stock account. It's like, okay, well, your return on investment, even if you return that 30 into, 60, that's still 100% return on investment, right? But here, given it's so low, it's, like I said, it all seems scammy at first when you see those ROIs. Like, I wouldn't believe it at first, but I mean, that's just how the numbers work. And that is also why I look at each account as a trade, right? So in any responsible trade, if you're using your own money or not, is going to have a stop loss. Like, okay, if I have 300 shares and I'm risking $1 on this trade, that means my risk is $300 out of my account if I'm wrong, right? So any responsible trade has a stop loss. That is why I just look at each one of these accounts within prop firms as a trade. So here's a 25K trade. Like any trade, what is the stop loss? Well, if I blow up this account, aka if I lose the trade, what is my stop loss? Well, I would have paid $90. So it's a $90 stop loss on a 25K trade. On the other end of the spectrum, a 150K trade, what's the stop loss there? Well, 216. So that is how I view it. Is each account is a trade. What is the stop loss associated with that trade? Well, whatever you actually spent on the account, because it is that number that is at risk. Sure, you can lose $4,500 before you, quote unquote, cook the account in prop firm lingo or roast the account, but it's not like you lost $4,500, you just lost to 216. So that, I'm not saying that's how you have to look at prop firm trading, but that's how I look at it. Each account itself is a trade. What is the stop loss associated with that trade? Well, whatever was spent on the account itself. No. So Randy right here, during this phase, So the per month, that's only during the test phase. After you pass the test and get what Take Profit Trader calls your pro account, that goes away. So that's why I always recommend aim to pass it within 1 month, which is more than enough time. Especially once you see how futures move and how the profit and losses add up, like a month is more than enough time to hit those certain types of goals. Now, again, that doesn't mean you have to rush, but a month is enough time, and that's why I say you can take as long as you want. But if it takes you 6 months, well, then you have to pay that fee 12 times, which is, what is that doing? Why is that important? Well, that is, now it's not game changing, but let's just say, so for example, so for rookie, let's say, because this is what he wanted, let's say it took him 3 months to pass. Well, he had to actually pay that 3 times. So his ROI calculation is no longer 102, it's actually 306, right? Because it took him 3 months to pass, so 306. So he would have still gotten the 9,000. So let's calculate that ROI. So it's only a 2,800% ROI. So that's why it's not the end of the world if it takes you multiple months. But what I'm just saying is if you can pass it within a month, well, then you keep that number at 102. And then, like I said, the ROIs go back to where they were. So tomorrow is Good Friday. TBD sent an email saying the hours we were open for it. But what is... I think so. I would think tomorrow. Usually Take Profit Trader is good about counting days like tomorrow as a session. What's going on with Carlos? What's he asking about? I don't know. Maybe it doesn't pertain to me. Yeah, no, exactly. And I'm not saying, that's what I said, it's only 2,400%. That by the way, that is the whole point of this live stream. I don't care what you think about me as a trader. I'm here to talk about Pam's plant, which is an argument of why the best way, the most efficient way to day trade is, at this point in history, is to day trade futures through a prop firm because of that ROI, because of how all the math is structured, because ultimately prop firm superpower is their ability to reduce consequences, right? So let's just say we have 2 traders. One person's using their own money, the other's in a prop account. The 2 traders take the same exact trade, and it was a bad trade. Well, how are we going to define bad trade? Let's just say $2,000 loss. Okay, so that is the situation. 2 different traders, same trade, bad trade, $2,000 loss. But now let's look at the consequences. So for the person that's using their own money, well, $2,000 means, of course, well, they lost $2,000 of their own money. So that's their consequence. What about the person that was in a prop account? Well, they did violate this rule right here. You're not allowed to lose $2,000, but they did lose $2,000. Well, what happens to them? Well, they lose their account. Well, how much did they spend for that account? Well, they spent 102. So think about it. Same bad trade, minus $2,000. One trader literally cost them $2,000. The other trader cost them 102. So same bad trade, 2 very different consequences. That's what I mean by prop firm consequence reduction. That is truly the prop firm superpower. Yes, there's leverage. Yes, there's copy trading. But given that trading actually is all about risk management, that is their superpower right there. The ability to reduce consequences. So that is why when people show up and they're trying to argue blah, blah, blah about I'm like, listen, you're not going to beat this math. Like, you're not going to tell me that reduction in consequences is not a superpower, because it is. Anyways, thank you for that public service announcement. I appreciate it. Carlos, holy smokes, my friend. Please speak to a local tax professional. Don't seek tax advice on the internet. And certainly don't seek tax advice in a live chat thing. Brother, come on, man. Yeah, hey, yo, your problem with that scenario, is you're not factoring in when that trader goes on tilt and gives back everything plus some. Again, the ROI is against you because, hey, I just ask you, well, how much is in that trader's account, right? Why I've loaded up $5,000. It's like, okay. I mean, that is true. Okay, here's your problem, Hayo. This is what you're presupposing. You're presupposing that the person using their own money is always going to be flawless and is always going to follow the rules. If that is the case, I agree. Use your own cash. But I reject that premise. I reject the premise that I'm just going to be a flawless trader. I will always follow my rules. I will never get upset. I will never get frustrated. I will never go on tilt. I reject that premise. Is it possible in theory? Yes. I've never met a flawless trader in practical terms, though. So under that premise, that's what you're protecting yourself against. But yes, you are right. The math does work out in your favor if you built in that premise. But I'm rejecting that premise of argumentation. You haven't met me yet, Clay. Well, in what way haven't I met you? Because I've met you in some ways. If NMQ goes to 160. Okay. Well, where's your stop at, though, base hits? Where do you get knocked out of the trade at? Let's do short together. 140. Well, I mean, how are we going to lose together if you haven't given a stop? Like, what? I mean, brother, it's hard to take a trade with somebody that's not even giving me a full trade plan. Stop loss 100. Okay. So what happens at 100? You still got the account, though? You're not, like, cooking the account? You said you've never met a flawless trader. And I see the one. Oh, haha. Dang, I want to be like Bradley when I grow up. Stop loss 150. Okay. You want to get short at 140. Okay, that's not totally crazy. We'll see what happens. There's no such thing. Yeah, trader psychology. Yeah, psychology doesn't matter. As long as you like can use fancy terms and have a bunch of cool little abbreviations, you'll succeed. There's no psychology management needed at all. It's all about cool sounding verbiage and abbreviations. The 5 minute looking good for shorts. I don't know about that. That 5 minute actually has me a little worried because of that big old spinning top candle. Not to mention it's sitting right here at the 21 EMA. So I'm not saying it doesn't look good for shorts for you, Ty, but yeah, I'm not quite seeing it for me. Clay, is this a bull or bear flag today? My guess would be a bear flag because we've been going down. So yeah, I don't see how on the daily chart we could be looking at anything. Well, I'm assuming the daily chart without looking looks something like this. And then it's come down. So like, again, I don't know what the daily chart looks like. So in some senses, yeah, this is a bull flag. But like if you're looking at things from the overall sense, if you're looking at it from up here, we have a bear flag. Oh, that was supposed to go this way. Again, I don't know what does the daily chart look like. Let's see. That's what I'm guessing the chart looks like. Let's see. That's definitely not what. What's NQ? How do I pull up NQ on Webull? NQ. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Okay. So there it is. So that's so I don't know. It depends. So right here, I mean, I guess you could call that a bull pennant bull flag. However, if you're looking at it from this angle, I mean, now you're looking at a bear flag. So it depends. It depends, brother. See what I'm saying? Why are you looking at shorts now? Because somebody told me to. Well, I just said I'm not looking for really anything right now. I'm just letting things play out. All right, have a good one, fisherman. Hi, does diagonal trend line on gold or NASDAQ make sense if oil has a high priority diagonal trend line with large liquid? Dude, Tim Moore, I have no idea what you just said. You were way smarter than I am. Higher priority diagonal trend line with large liquidity behind. Dude, I don't know. We have two different strategies, and your strategy is way more complex than mine. So yes, I am not qualified to even step into your arena. I am a dented baboon. Does diagonal trend line on gold or NASDAQ make sense if oil has a higher priority diagonal trend line with a large liquidity? But woo! Especially when we're almost 4 hours in and my brain's starting to get fried. I have no idea, brother. Oh, choices. Do I try that short? I'm going to get... There I go. I'm short. Give us that breakdown. Go. Keep going. No fake breakdowns here. No fake breakdowns. Let's go. No fake breakdowns, brother. Put my first target down there. Come on. We ain't here to fake breakdown. Come on. Dude, thank you. Okay, let's make sure this is a winning trade. My stop is right there. Let's see if we can get this next target. Hit me, brother. Thank you, Cletus. All right, this last one I'm just going to let cook. So let's see how far down this wants to go, and I'll just trail it with this one now. It's breaking now because... okay, Tim, I think I have a suspicion of who your mentor might be. Like, and I say this with all due respect, I don't care why it broke down. I just care that it broke down. Like, as traders, who cares about the why? We just care about what is. And what is happening is a breakdown. So, like, I mean, maybe that's true, and I guess that sounds like smart, like you can explain the why. But, brother, I'm a dented baboon. I don't care about the why. I care about the is. Because what is happening is what makes me money. Know what I'm saying, brother? But in my old cranky age, I have zero desire to explain why anything happened. I don't care. I just want to know what is happening. Because as a trader of price action, that's all I care about is what is the price doing, not why is the price doing it, just what is happening. I know I don't get to sound smart because I can't explain the why on anything. I just explain the is. And what is happening right now is a breakdown, and I'm going to move my stop down even more now. And I'm stopped out. There we go. Well, hey, if you are enjoying this in any way, shape, or form and you want to help support the stream, ensure that it continues, because this is totally viewer supported. There's no sponsorships. Maybe someday I'll have sponsorships and it won't matter if people use the code or not. But we're not there yet. So if you want to help support the stream, ensure that it does continue. Because yes, as I always say, there is the business component to it. Got to use code CLAY, all caps, with any of these prop firms, which it's a good win-win. You're saving yourself money anyways. You're getting whatever the current deals are. And you're helping, like I said, support a stream. And, so it's a win-win for everybody around. I recommend Take Profit Trader. I think they're the king of the prop firm business, but I do understand we're all at different spots in our journey. So if you're a beginner, I would definitely say Take Profit Trader. But if you're experienced in your empire building, trying to get multiple accounts, then yeah, here are some other prop firms that I do have a code with, which, like I said, not only will save you money, but will also help support the stream itself. So I'm going to go ahead and call it good. I will be back tomorrow at 8 a.m., maybe even a little earlier, but 8 a.m., I am planning to start streaming tomorrow because the markets close at 9:15 a.m. But I don't know if I can go much earlier just because of the logistics of my house and not wanting to wake up kids. But 8 a.m., I will plan on being here, maybe a little bit earlier, which I guess segues into why make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so that you'll be notified exactly when I do go live. But I will be here, like I said, bare minimum 8 a.m. And yeah, I think that's the only announcement really. But again, just the markets do close early tomorrow for Good Friday at 9:15 a.m. Like I said, hey, 301 likes. Thank you. We got up over 300. So yes, on your way out, hit that like button. If you're not yet a subscriber, make sure you subscribe, turn on notifications. And again, use code Clay, save yourself some money, help support the stream. Thank you, everybody. Had a good one. Had some fun trolls. It was good. But man, I feel so much better. From how I felt 4 hours ago, you guys really help out. It's weird. It's weird how, like, okay. The world's not over. I'll be all right. Got some more confidence back here. Next week, So I appreciate all of you hearing me out, letting me vent a little bit. It helped. Made a big difference. So shout out. This place is great. I love the chat here. I think we really do have something unique. So I appreciate it. I'm not trying to get too mushy on everybody, so I'll toughen back up here. I gotta go shave my chest. I mean, not my chest. I gotta shave. I gotta go shave my back. There we go. That's manly. So, anyways, take care. See everybody back tomorrow at 8 a.m. at the latest. And yeah, that's all. Code Clay. Hit that like button. Take care, everybody.